Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. Happy Talking Tuesday. We're here. We're here on Talking Tuesday. We made it. We did it. We did it. We survived the weekend. Ish. I can tell you my neck got kind of fucked up watching Superman. I don't know why. I thought it was just a headache, but I think it actually wound up being my neck. And I'm not entirely sure it's because of how I sat, or that that I was just like uncomfortable with the movie, and it caused like tension to build, like right at the lower part of my neck, and which like fucked up the muscles in my neck and caused like spasms and stuff. Always fun. But that's why on Sunday I couldn't stream, is because I was like fighting off a headache that just wouldn't go away, and finally it did. Now it's just sore, like the muscles back there are just a little achy, but nothing too terrible. I can still move. It's just every now and then it's like, uh-oh, what's that? So, anyway, let's see what the box office is. So, we got a lot to talk about with the Superman movie. Superb man. He is a superb man. It's kind of hinky how they're taking the numbers for this movie, and what's really going to be telling is what came out last week. Early showings. Oh, fuck, I forgot to look that up. Hang on. Amazon Superman tickets. Okay. Okay, so I can read this article. There we go. I always try to... I'm trying to do a better job of, like, checking the articles before I post them. Okay. One of the copes is that Superman is too American-centric, so it wouldn't make money abroad. Fuck 'em. Like, bitch, what about Captain America? Yup. There's that, too. War movies, all sorts of stuff. So, Amazon, surprisingly, did a deal where you could get early screenings of Superman. You could purchase them for Prime members. Fans of the eagerly anticipated DC Studios film can catch Superman 3 days before its release date, which means that it was like Tuesday? Yeah, as early as July 8th, which that was Tuesday. So, most movies, they come out and they get the weekend numbers, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's their weekend numbers. So to say that a movie pulled in $200 million over 3 days, pretty impressive. You say a movie pulled in $200 over 5 days, where it started on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's a 6 day. and it pulls in $200 million. Less impressive. So they're kind of like futzing their numbers here. Early screening tickets will be available starting June 10th through Fandango. Customers can round up their ticket purchase to support Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Okay. Read that. Co-banded video spot featuring young boy and his canine companion. So it's kind of a charity thing. Who's the team behind Superman? Okay, we know who made the movie. Yeah, but I guess that's all they can tell me. But you are purchasing the tickets. It's not giving you free early access. So you're paying money for the ticket, which means that goes into their ticket sales. And of course, there's all these articles coming out that says it's making more money than anything. Oh my god. Well, this one, yeah, not doing so hot international. Domestic, it's doing pretty solid. But what will be telling is this coming weekend. So if they're futzing the numbers on last weekend, we can't really do much about that. Okay, fine. But if this weekend comes around and it shows that people aren't going back to see it again, and people are telling other people don't bother, then there's going to be a huge drop-off. I'm sure there's still going to be people going to see the next week, because a lot of people, they don't go see the first week because, you know, it's very crowded, and who cares? They'll see it the second week after, you know, word of mouth. Oh, it's a little here and a little there. I'll go next week. It's fine. So, started Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. No. You started before that, bitch. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay. I don't trust that they didn't doctor these numbers. Because they started people coming in Tuesday. That's only domestic. Yeah, domestic daily. Can it not tell me domestic? All territories. All territories. There we go. There we go. So, Croatia, Iceland, United Arab Emirates. Get you about 2.2 million. Colombia get you about 1.7 mil. That's strange. Did it not open in other nations yet? I don't know. Let's see, what do people have to say about it? Should we have, yeah, audience score coming in relatively positive. It's kind of frustrating. I got birds. Hey, Black Hat. As I go riding merrily along. Jingle jangle. My face itches. Oh, ain't you glad you're single? Jingle jangle. And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Jingle jang. Jingle jang. Let's see, all audience. Yeah, it always goes down. Top credits goes down. It's surprising to me how much positive reviews there is of this. When I saw the film, I see a lot of problems with it that I would have expected more people to tear it apart. I think it's just it's just kind of like a perception thing that more people are just happy to have a bright, shiny Superman that they could turn their brain off, as opposed to one that's like, oh wait, that doesn't make sense in the plot, like this movie is. Thailand suffers double whammy. Dubbed done by Nepo Baby. Subbed like it Google Translate. What? Who dubbed it? Had a great weekend. It was a good enough weekend. Yeah, on Sunday I had a bit of a headache after seeing Superman, so that's probably not good. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure it was because of how I was sitting, or because the movie itself caused me to like, oh, I don't like it. And it caused like a crick in my neck to form. Had a pretty good weekend, just chilling on an unexpected vacation from work. Yeah. Relax. Take that time in. Pulling off a heroic feat of fleshing out dynamic new world while putting its champion's big beating heart front and center. The Superman flies high as Man of Tomorrow, grounded in here and now. Yeah, bullshit. There's gonna be spoilers tonight. I alert you. I alert you to spoilers. Can I type that in? I think I... hang on. Can I get that? Can I put that in there? Hang on. Cancel. Source. This. I think there's a text. There it is. Spoilers. Bam. Oh god. There you go. Where'd that go? Okay. That'd be under... Let me put that under alerts. Under alert box. I think that's good enough. Overlays Guru. Shout out. Over under there. There, I think that's good enough. Alright, where are we? Still on vacation since the 3rd week of June. Mary from Timcast said Lois Lane should have worn stilettos and not work boots. That's what a lot of people were complaining about. Multiple people have complained about Lois Lane's shoes. And that her shoes are just kind of like clunky, cloggy, who gives a shit. There's one scene where she's just standing there and her pants look fucking wrong. Like they're not capris, but they're coming up too high. Like she's dressed kind of fucking dumb. Which I know they're trying to lean into, like, but she's like a tomboy, she's a go-getter, she's a person... Like, they did the same when she wore a dress. Like, you can wear a dress and still be assertive and a go-getter. I don't know what the hell. They never met these women before. Had to apply for unemployment benefits to try to get income going again? Right. I don't care for spoilers, by the way. Wait. You mean you don't care about spoilers? You mean? If you say, I don't care for spoilers, it may mean that you don't care... Wait. I don't care for spoilers. I don't care for people who... I don't like when people spoil. If you say, I don't care for spoilers. If you say, I don't care about spoilers, then that means free to do whatever. Dub done by Junior VA allegedly has connections... Oh, free phase. Okay, thank you, Black Cat. Has connections in the biz. Only add to the dubbed discourse here that big titles tend to get shafted by exec bringing in famous TV film actors to farm their followers. Quality of work be damned. I see. Digs into it. But I really don't feel this is such a spectacular film like this. Like, this is kind of shit with this review, because this is overwhelmingly positive for a lot of things. I do not care if you show anything that spoils a movie. Okay. Because it's very likely I won't give two fucks.
I do not care if you show anything that spoils a movie, because it's very likely I won't give two fucks about that movie anyways.
Okay, thank you, Black Cat. I figured it was either that, which I kind of wanted to assume that was what you were saying, but I didn't want to be like, I hate spoilers, I hate people who spoil movies. Okay, thank you. Well, guess what? We're gonna spoil it. We're gonna beat the fuck out of this movie, because it pretty much beat the fuck out of me. I did not like this movie. Okay, thanks for checking. Because I know there's going to be somebody out there who's like, how dare you? You ruined it. Although it's like, I kind of... You kind of came for the spoilers. I do some spoilers sometimes, but we'll run with it. Anyway. The movie starts out... You know the scenes that they've shown where Crypto... It's in the trailer. Crypto has Superman crash lands in the Arctic, and Krypto has to come and save him. So it's all snowy and shit. That's the very beginning of the film. Right before that happens, before they show Superman crashing into the snow, there's just dialogue across the screen. They just put text across the screen, trying to get people caught up on the story. And what does that text say? Well, it says that, super metahumans have been in the world for quite some time, like 300 years or so, and Superman's been at it for 3 years, and, oh, this is the first fight he ever lost. That's it. It says that, and then he crash lands in. You don't get to see that fight. They don't flashback to it. They don't allude to it ever. About like, man, that was the first time he ever lost? Oh my god. Doesn't fucking matter. So he crash lands, and then Krypto saves it. Brings him back to the Fortress of Solitude. That's Krypto's entrance too. It's just Krypto running up there. They're not like, where'd that dog come from? No. What the dog doing? Nothing. None of that. Krypto takes him to the Fortress of Solitude. He gets help from the Superman robots, which are kind of odd, because the one is voiced by Alan Tudyk, sounds fairly robotic, and says that we don't have any feelings. And then there was this new robot there. I forgot her number. It doesn't matter, because I think she gets destroyed anyway. And she basically, like, giggles and said, "Oh, you looked at me." Thought you said they didn't have any emotions. Is that a play at a joke? There's so much crappy James Gunn humor in this thing. I don't think... Maybe I'm dead inside. I might be dead inside. I don't think I really laughed at all. Maybe a strong exhale. But I was like, it's predictive. It's tired. I don't like this type of humor anymore. I can't stand it when it's in Marvel. Why would I stand it when it was in like a DC movie instead? I don't... Again, it feels like an overcorrection from Snyder's movies, as many have said. It's an overcorrection, not just a correction, an overcorrection. So instead of Snyder's movies being too dour, too dark, too blah, too nihilistic, sad, they went too far, and now everything's too goofy, nothing matters, no one dies, who cares? There is a middle ground to be had, and they can't find it. Trying to rewatch Man of Steel. I gotta rewatch Man of Steel. Yeah, Man of Steel from the Brotherhood of Steel. Ad Victoriam. Yeah, but you've been dead inside for a long time. Okay, listen up. Wake me up inside. Can't wake up. Will we get a Robert Pattinson fighting the Superman? I don't think so. What people are saying, like, fans would like, Robert Pattinson to be the Batman in this kind of universe, but he's too dark. There's not this stupid Gunn humor taking over, and I feel James Gunn doesn't want to allow Robert Pattinson in his world. This is his world. This is James Gunn's universe. He can make it whatever he wants. They gave him full control of the entire DC universe, which I think is a fucking mistake. Because James Gunn's strengths are hodgepodge groups of lovable assholes or lovable misfits doing a thing. So he's great at Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad. What was this movie? This movie was a single character film. Superman. So what should this movie be about? It should be about Superman. Who should be the lead person in the Superman movie? Superman. But he made it a cast of characters. He added in the Justice Gang, which was Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, and Hawkgirl. Added them in there, add a lot of other things. It is a bloated movie. There's too much going on, and it's happening really, really fast. And you can tell where his strength is because it's like Mr. Terrific comes in, and he is a very interesting character. He's a more interesting character than Superman is. He arguably does more important things than Superman does in the Superman movie. Again, it's a lot like the comic ideology of if you buy a Superman comic, a Batman comic, a Spider-Man comic, an X-Men comic, whatever it is, whatever the title character is, the name on that front page, they should be the best thing about that comic. It's Captain America, Spider-Man, Daredevil, whatever. Their name on top, They get top billing. They're the hero of this story. You don't put their name up there and it's like, well, this story is actually really about, Black Widow. No. She can make an appearance, of course. But it's the Daredevil story, the Spider-Man story. I see loads of praise on depiction of Lex here. Yes and no. Nicholas Hoult, I think, did a very good job at Lex Luthor, but again, it's inconsistent tone. So where Lex could be very threatening, and like his motivation felt, when he finally got to it, felt like it was pretty clear. He's motivated by envy. He's motivated by wanting to be something. And that Superman is just there, and he's making humanity weaker by not allowing humanity to strive forward and be the greatest it can be. Really kind of just glossed over that towards the end of the film, instead of kind of like establishing it somewhere earlier. There's a moment in the film. Come on, let's let that inner Amy Lee. No, she sings. I love her voice. Her voice is amazing. I could not do Amy Lee justice. To be honest, I never felt like Batman and Superman should be in the same universe. Superman is too hopeful and Batman is too dark. But isn't that the thing? Yin and yang. Seeing those two opposing forces go at each other and how they deal with things is an interesting story to tell. How do you know? He looks animated enough. Dark Knight Returns works, yeah. Nicholas Hoult is also Hank McCoy. Yeah, he's been around. There's a scene in the film. So in the trailer, there's a scene where he's like spinning a revolver. It's because he's threatening a man, a vendor, some like shop vendor that like went up to Superman when he got crashed into the dirt, into the street in the middle of the city. Went up to him and helped him and something. They ran a facial recognition and got him. So basically, they're holding him to threaten Superman with. Basically, they're asking him, like, because they held him hostage. Metamorpho was there, making kryptonite with his hands to keep Superman weak when he was imprisoned. And so they're basically asking him, like, where is his... what human parents did he have? Or just pumping him for information. But... So, Lex decides to play Russian roulette with this guy. Puts in one bullet, spins the cylinder, and then shoots, click. Okay, asks another question, spin the cylinder, click. But it didn't click the second time. He shoots him the second time. And he kind of says, well, I thought that would go longer. Says the super genius that didn't realize he has a 1 in 6 chance of shooting this guy. Thought the odds were better than that. So... they kind of make him out to be, oh, he's so brilliant, but it's also like a dumb goober. But, like, why should I be scared by a guy who can't calculate things and doesn't seem to be taking... I would not imagine that to be a Lex Luthor thing to do, to shoot a man like that. Like, that's low-level thuggatry. You're gooning at that point. I'm taking it back. He's a goon. Instead, what he should have done is been like, I'm going to ruin his life. I'm going to put him out of business. I'm going to buy up all of his properties. Any land he may own, his house, foreclose on his house, jack up his rent. He's going to be living homeless on the street, destitute. His family, I'll make them go away too. But in a professional way. Not walk up to him and murder them, because that's too simple and easy. That's an easy way out. You want to ruin someone, and it was like, does this make me a supervillain? Is this why I would be a better supervillain? To kill someone means that their suffering is ended. You don't kill someone that way. You make them wish they were dead by all the misery you inflict upon them. So if Lex Luthor really wanted to be... you would only have to kill someone if he was, like, really, really out of his wits. Which I seem they're, like, pointing this way. I don't know. Why doesn't Superman just go to Gotham and clean up? He could single-handedly kill everyone. He doesn't do that, though. That's not what he does. Because this ain't Invincible, yeah. Well, I'm gonna get there. Speaking of Invincible, they do some very invincible things in this movie, and I fucking hate it. Petty villainy to go with comic soup with Doggy sounds like a good matchup. But that's the thing. That seems like the overcorrection. What kind of world are we building here? What kind of story are we telling? They do political intervention stuff in this movie, where there's a nation that's trying to invade another nation, and should Superman interact, should Superman intervene in two nations that aren't America, have no American interests, should Superman intervene? And that's something they addressed in Man of Steel, and everyone poo-pooed it, saying it was too real and who gives a shit. Now they're doing it here and everyone's like clapping seals, who cares? But they didn't really land it properly. They never came up with a solution to that, of Superman doing like the Good Samaritan deal, of like, if he sees somebody in trouble, he's gonna go help them, despite they're a American citizen or not. He wants to do the right thing. That's a good take. But that's not really what they really finished on. It kind of became, oh, well, I don't know. That's what I like about Dishonored. Non-lethal route is actually more cruel, right? But if you start going the goofier route with Crypto, with more lighthearted goofiness, where no one really dies, there's no really threat to anyone's life, then I don't really give a shit about everything else. How can you tell me, oh my god, there's this war waging between these two nations? No one's gonna die. Why would I care? Because, like, Superman will come in and just save everyone. There's no risk. There's no even... It just doesn't hit right. What world you're trying to build. And it felt tonally off. Like, you're not, here are the stakes. No, there were no stakes. Who gives a shit? There's even, like, the world's about to crack in half because, Lex Luthor had made a pocket dimension to travel between to do stupid shit, and he like basically wrecked that and caused the planet to start to crack in half. Like, at no point was I like, oh no, is the planet gonna be okay? Because I'm like, they'll undo it. And they basically do. They just kind of hand wave it away and everything's just back together. No lasting effects, no who gives a shit. Gone. But back to Lex Luthor. So he's been established as a murderer. He will shoot somebody in the face to get what he wants. So then he's angry because Superman ends up escaping. Spoilers. Superman ends up escaping. And he's upset. And he's got this, like, coffee mug of pencils on his desk. Or on the console that he's at. And he knocks it on the ground angrily. And all the aides are, like, picking it up. They pick it all up and put it back onto his desk. And then he's just sitting there and he pushes it over again. Not that he's like flailing his hands in a rage and just like accidentally knocking it over. No, he intentionally just knocks it over, like a petty fucking stupid thing to do. Again, done for a joke, but you just turned your villain into a... I am not scared of Lex Luthor. I am not scared of this Nicholas Hoult Lex Luthor in the slightest. I don't feel like he's gonna do anything to me or my family or anything like that. Well, that just happened. Fuck, man. You made it in time. I'm on a tear. This is what tonight's gonna be. It's gonna be me bitching about this movie. It's so much of that fucking humor, and I hate it. I hate it so much. And I might be like overly sensitive to it because I had to go through all of the Marvel ones as they kept degradingly going worse and worse. So now anytime I see any remotely slight lean towards that type of humor, I go, fuck it, I don't want it. Sorry, I'm late, cheesehead, needed my shower. Not a problem, not a problem. Hygiene is very important. He's standing right behind me, isn't he? I don't think there was as annoying, like, lines of dialogue. There were some, but there weren't as much. It was more like characterization, what people did. Like I said before, Lex Luthor, he murdered a man. He's supposed to be this hard-ass villain, and yet he's still goofy and flails about like an immature brat, where he knocks over his pencils, makes his interns pick it up. I would almost expect at that moment, if he's willing to murder this guy to get at Superman, he'd murder one of his fucking interns. And that's a weird thing, too. He has all these people working for him. Now, we've established in other, like, superhero films, they have their like, lackeys that work for them. And sometimes you understand what their motivations are. Like, oh, they also hate Superman or whoever the big hero is, so they'll work with the villain because they have a shared interest. They agree in the big cause of taking down Superman. I don't know what these people's motivations are, but they're all, like, hyped to be there, and kind of like, yeah, whenever something happens bad against Superman. I'm like, who the fuck are... It lacks... Like, I don't feel like it's real. I don't feel like these are real people. These are cartoon people doing cartoon things. Now, granted, it's for kids. Is this? Is this for children? If it is, then fine. It's a kids movie. Who gives a shit? But I didn't feel the Justice League cartoon was for children. It could have been, but like adults can watch it and be like, hey, that makes sense. The motivations of the characters are acting right, and it feels like I'm invested in what's happening in front of me. Not fucking Dora the Explorer bullshit. I see people eat up a scene like, oh, he degrading other people's humanity or some shit. Yeah, I mean, I heard people laughing at the dumbest shit that happened during the movie, and I was just like, I don't get it, man. I'm like, is it me? Am I broken? But I really don't think I am, because I laugh. Occasionally. Version of that is in Batman Arkham Knight, by the way. Arkham Knight. Which Arkham Knight? The game? That's been a while since I played that. I'll accept that one goon that opens a door, sees Batman, closes the door quietly, and leaves the premise. No, that's fucking... that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant 100%. That is... it shows, like, motivation. It shows, like, oh, no. You didn't have to have the line of, oh, hell no, or anything like that. No, it's... I'm not fucking with that. It's perfect. You know how some of the Arkham Knight's militia have goons with devices that detect Batman through his detective vision? Yes? The, oh god, what were the name of the goons that were working alongside, the Arkham Knight? I forgot. It was like a militia of some sort. Yeah, militia goons, yeah. If you let them get a lock and stand right behind... oh! Okay. That's kind of interesting from a game standpoint. And then you just bash their brains in. Oh, good God. Some people are complaining about the... where else to go for this? Some people are also complaining about... So, catching up. At the very beginning of the film, they say that this is Superman's first loss, that they don't show you what he lost. How he lost that fight. But he lost that fight. And got his ass handed to him enough that he needed to get back to the Fortress of Solitude so that way he get hit with a beam of light to rejuvenate himself. Cool. Great. Gotcha. He eventually gets back to Metropolis and kind of deals with this guy who's the threat, who still kind of trounces him. Turns out that guy is actually Ultraman. In a suit, representing this foreign nation. Again, it gets so fucking messy. Jumping ahead a bit, Clark has a conversation with Lois. She wants to interview Superman. Because he had said before, they're like, yeah, I got an interview with I interviewed Superman and he did this and this. It's so weird because it feels like the movie's not even taking it seriously. Of the difference between Clark Kent and Superman. Like basically, full on its face, Clark Kent, people know Clark Kent is Superman, it feels like. And I wonder, I'm genuinely wondering if that is something that James Gunn is just leaning into because it's a funny fucking joke, or he just doesn't want to deal with secret identities. Because, and that's a funny bit, because people talked about the Snyder movies the same way. This is what gets me about this movie, is that the things that people complained about the Snyder movie with, this movie does. And they're not complaining about it, because clapping seals, because bright and shiny, and Marvel humor. So they can just wash away all the Snyder dark crap. No, it's the same in terms of characterization and what's happening in the story, but you lack the ability to fucking observe. So, no one seems to, like, I don't know. It almost seems like other characters know he's Superman. So Lois wants to interview Superman, because he had gone to her apartment to make her breakfast for dinner. And so this is where the scene comes in, where it's like a 10-minute scene of them talking to each other. Which, not a bad scene. It's, oh, there's an ad break happening. I should probably wait. Ow. We'll just wait here for a bit until the ad goes away. Damn Twitch ads and its twitchiness and its stupid Twitch face. Come on, any second now. Let's bring that back. Come on. I was on a roll. Damn ads. Lois is interviewing Clark. 90 seconds, are you swearing? There we go. There we go. Sounds like there's a big issue with James Gunn's favorite crutch, ensemble cast. He can't adapt character-driven interpersonal arcs. Correct. Gotta be manic, slapstick, and 1,000 moving pieces. Correct. That's what I was saying earlier. His strength is ensemble casts of lovable assholes doing a thing. So that's why Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad, perfect. He loves those. He's great at those. But then single-driven character stories, can't do it. What's weird, though, is like he did Brightburn, but the story wasn't really about the Superman character in that movie. It was more about the family. Is there a way to decrease the frequency of the ads? I think so. I could have sworn I turned it down already, but I can probably do it again. I'll have to check. Let me write that down. Otherwise, I'll forget. Where'd my pen go? Come here. So Lois is interviewing Superman. Lois is interviewing Superman and asking him questions about, like, you do realize that by you intervening in a foreign nation doing stuff, you're a representative of America? And he says, no, I wasn't representing America, I was representing myself. Now, again, due to the text on the screen at the very beginning of the movie, because they tell and don't show, Superman's been at this for 3 years. So, if he's been at it for 3 years, we gotta think that he's been at the Daily Planet for some length of time, correct? He's been working alongside Lois Lane and all these other people at the Daily Planet. So he's been exposed to politics and all sorts of ongoings and, like, how the world works. They're both trying to create Superman as being some sort of naive child, but then also, oh no, he's seasoned enough. So I think it was Nerdrotic who said at one point, he's still Superboy. He still acts like Superboy. That he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't demand authority from others. Authority or respect. And not like I'm in a bully-ish way, but you know when somebody's like a mature adult, they kind of have like a commanding aura about them. You kind of want to treat them with a bit of respect, stand up a little bit straighter, watch your language, all that stuff. This Superman does not exert that type of feeling in people. People walk the fuck all over him because he's the nice guy. And they even make a little comment later on in the movie that's what they think punk rock is now. Punk rock is being a nice person. Which I find fucking hilarious coming from James Gunn, who is a cynical asshole on the internet. So it's funny for him to be like, people need to be nicer to each other. And it's like, let's start with you. Whatever happened to that rapper guy and they openly said he uses ViewBots because it's not illegal. What? The rapper... I kind of remember that. Seasoned enough. Does he season his cutting board? Yes, with D's nuts. How does he not know that his actions have consequences where if he affects another nation, if he stands in front of a person saying, like, I'm from America, I stand for America, and now I'm gonna dick around with another country, that he's not representing America in that regard. Now, granted, this is all stuff that never gets resolved. They bring it up, and Superman's just kind of blows it off because he's just hoping he does his own thing because people were going to die is what he said. Again, another thing they never show us. They never show us what the altercation was that he intervened in the first place. We never saw that. And that's where you're going to get a lot of critiques about this movie feeling like it just started off in the middle of the story or after a movie had already happened. Because they're trying to play catch up. They're just throwing everything at you. And again, if people like this, I like being overwhelmed with information without really leading up to things to have proper payoffs. I hate that kind of letting people walk all over you when you are the one doing all the work. That's why I can't finish Dave the Diver. I mean, even in the moment where Superman's supposed to stop that big monster, the kaiju, from destroying the city, which even then, how they got to that was fucking stupid. Lex says that they need a distraction for Superman. So these henchmen, they undo this container. Container's about that big. Undo this container and this little monster runs out. The monster that the kaiju he's gonna fight, he's about yay big. Little guy, running around, lights things on fire, off he toddles. And they're like, you really gonna think that's gonna be that big of a distraction? And the other guy says, oh, he'll get bigger. Immediate cut to giant kaiju monster. I can only imagine that type of like smash cut, that quick cut, was supposed to be in a humorous fashion. Isn't that funny? He got big immediately. It's like, no one stopped him before he got that fucking big? How did he get that fucking big? No one knows. No one cares. Shut up and just consume the movie. Anyway, Superman's now fighting this giant kaiju. And he wants to save it. He wants to at least not kill it. He's again standing for all life is precious, all life is valid. Let's try to save him. Is this Futurama? Pretty much. He rode on his Scooty Puff Jr. to get there too. It was Nibbler. So he wants to save the monster. And then the Justice Gang comes in, which is Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific. And they're just beating the shit out of it. You know, they're actually attacking it, going for the eyes and crap like that. Very aggressively going at it. And Superman's like, no, we're trying to save it. He's so weak. He's so weak. And in most other things that you would have seen, Superman would be the one standing in their way being like, no, this is not the right way to do it. We need to preserve it. That we can save it. And they kind of blew him off and fucking whatever. They don't listen to him. He's just a Boy Scout. So if he's not getting respect from other superheroes, or anyone, really, other than people who just kind of like him on the street, what does that say? Is this, again, they're trying to build this world of, I guess, everyone's an asshole of some way, but doesn't really matter because no one really dies, and we're all goofy and nothing matters? I don't like it. I really don't like it. They end up killing the kaiju because Mr. Terrific, like, throws his T-spheres into it and it detonates up like a bomb. Kills him from the inside. Monster falls over, about to crush like buildings and stuff, and Superman stops it. I mean, there are some really good... I can fix him. I mean, there are some really good moments where Superman's saving people and asking if people are okay. Kind of like the fireman type of thing, you know. Everyone okay here? That's good stuff. That's your good Superman stuff. But he's so royally neutered in every other aspect that it doesn't get that fucking landing of, this is the guy you want to show up to fix and save the day. No, he kind of waffles around and can't get anything done and no one really listens to him, so... If he's neutered power-wise, like, he couldn't have, like, picked up the kaiju and, like, moved him away from the city so he'd be safer or anything like that. Didn't do any of that. In the beginning of the film, when they had him go to the Fortress of Solitude, the robots were like, show him pictures of his parents. He likes that. He finds it soothing. And they show his Kryptonian parents, Jor-El and, I guess, Martha is the name of his mother. I forget that all the time. Anyway, it's Bradley Cooper playing Jor-El, and then he has a voice over, like, he's speaking in Kryptonian, and they kind of censor it, kind of translate it for the audience. And, you know, say you are a precious son, go to Earth, blah, blah, blah. And part of the message has got corrupt. Or it's just kind of hinky. So it's kind of pixelated and crap. The bots are saying they're working on trying to fix it. Well, Eventually, Lex Luthor finds the Fortress of Solitude and goes there with his hench people, Ultraman and Miss Tessmacher, who they keep throwing in there. This vapid influencer, dumb bimbo girl who is his girlfriend, and she's just taking selfies all the fucking time. This'll come back later. And the engineer, who's some woman who sacrificed her humanity, she says, so that way she could defeat Superman or something. So she's full of nanobots. She's like comprised of solely nanomachines. Do we know why this woman hates Superman so much? Absolutely not. Does anyone question it? Absolutely not. I've not heard anyone fucking talk about this character and be like, what the fuck? Why are you here? Nothing. It's extremely frustrating because these are the same people who nitpick the crap out of Snyder's Superman. They don't say crap. Thank you for the sub, Rodok. 25 months. Thank you so much. Borderland 3 in film 2? F that. Which Borderland 3? Oh, not explaining where the characters come from? Is the influencer later supposed to be a parody of Jeff Bezos' wife? I don't think so. I think she was just there. She ends up playing a very important plot point where she hands over all of the images she's taken to Jimmy Olsen to ruin Lex because everything she took a selfie for had all of his information in the background. Because Lex Luthor is a fucking moron. He's letting his girlfriend take pictures of all the stuff that he's doing. All the nefarious stuff. He doesn't check her. He doesn't do any of that. Dude. This movie was written by idiots. It's real fucking bad. Oh, but it's funny. Yeah, okay. Are you spoiling Superman? Fuck. Do not see the sign. Don't make me tap the sign. Kidding? Oh. You better run. Oh, it's so bad. But so they go into the Fortress of Solitude. They break up all the bots, all the Superman bots. Krypto comes out to try to stop them, and the nanobot lady puts nanobots over Krypto's head so he can't really do anything. And that was easily solved. Barely an inconvenience. And then they because she's an engineer, she was able to use her technology to go into, because everyone knows Kryptonian tech now. She was just able to download all the information, finds the message, cleans it up, and then alerts it to the planet, basically. Okay, so what about this movie? Was Chris Gore even praising? Do you remember? I don't even remember. I don't know. I remember that video. I remember us talking about that video where Chris Gore, he was saying relatively positive things about it. And we're kind of like, that seems over. And then shortly after, he started bashing the crap out of it. So I don't know. Maybe it was recency bias. I don't even know if he saw it or not. I don't, like, did he see it then have that positive reaction, or did he see it, took a day, and then went, oh no? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. I need couch nickels. No, I don't have any couch nickels. I'm sorry. The latest dumbass man. Yes. They clean up the message from his parents and send that off to the planet. You know, and Lex is like, I've got a message from Superman's parents. And it turns out that the completion of the message, allegedly, is that Jor-El wanted Superman to basically lord over the planet. That humans are dumb and stupid and something, blah, blah, blah. But basically, lord over the planet, and the one focal point that everyone keeps sticking out is like, take many wives, is what his mother says. Take many wives, so that way the Kryptonian bloodline will continue on, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So here's some funny bits. The funny bit being that they just kind of hand-wave away the legitimacy of the message. They keep telling you, the audience, no, this is real. Oh man, all these characters are like, yeah, all these scientists went through it. They verified it. Oh yeah. And I'm like, what? Maybe show a little bit more of them verifying it, because you just saying they verified it makes me think they didn't verify it. And then, oh my god. And then and then there's like, oh my god, Superman taking a harem of women? And I'm like, Do you not know the world we live in right now that there wouldn't be women lining up to, like, get with Superman? OnlyFans would disagree with you there. Like, there'd be women wanting to film it so that way they could make money off it. They're like, there's terrible people out there. And you're gonna act like he's gonna take over the... No. Again, what world do we live in? Where I'm supposed to be, like, clutching my pearls and, oh, the audacity of it, or... No, there's awful people out there that should be fine. Oh, my good lord. Ki-Adi-Mundi route. Take all the wives, breed the race. Yes. No, not even just that. Not even just that. It's not that. It is not that at all. Shut up, Raw Dog. It's invincible. That's the problem. The problem is this is invincible. It's just invincible. Where Ki-Adi-Mundi was doing it because he actually was breeding with his own people because they had such a low birth rate and he needed to prolong this. That makes sense. This was, we're an invading force taking control of planets and using them as breeding stock. That's forcible. That's authoritarian. That's where the problem is. So Gunn must have saw Invincible, went, yeah, I like it. I think he even admitted in an interview they gave that backstory to Jor-El on purpose to give Superman more conflict. Because they couldn't figure out how to fucking write him properly. So they made shit up. And if you're, for those playing at home, if you're keeping track, they also did this to the Waynes, too, in the new Batman for Robert Pattinson. Now, granted, Christopher Nolan's Batman, with the Waynes in there, they were kind of overly squeaky clean, almost godlike in how perfect they were as people. Alright, sure, I'll grant you that, a little too perfect. But then, in Matt Reeves' Superman with Robert Pattinson, they made the Waynes, like, do nefarious deals with the mob, and not full-on evil, but not squeaky clean, and they tarnish the parents, and that gives them conflict. It's the same fucking deal. Think, Krypton, think! Clutching pearls is overrated. Kryptonians looking like human implies the existence of monkeys on Krypton. DC has an odd fascination with monkeys and gorillas. It's kind of weird. How long is this new Superman movie? 2 hours and 9 minutes. It is chock fucking full of it, though. I'm sorry. It's a mess. They fill it. They start the movie just with text on it. Take me back to Man of Steel, Jor-El, still being impactful even just as a hologram after death. Russell Crowe's casting as Jor-El, I have no problems with, no notes given. Like, he's perfect as Jor-El. He's very inspiring, hopeful. It's perfect. They nailed him there. Now, granted, Jonathan Kent was awful in the Snyder Cut. I will grant you that. So now they just undid all of that, so now Russell Crowe's Jor-El looks better by comparison. Even Marlon Brando's Jor-El in the very first Christopher Reeves movie was hopeful. I am bestowing upon Earth my only son. You know, kind of a bit savior complexy and all that, but it has this grandness to it, and that's what we're going for. What if he was a baddie, though? Oh my god, the subversion. Oh god. Now what is he going to do? And it turns into a very nice scene between Clark and Jonathan Kent, where Jonathan Kent basically says, you know, we give our children the tools to be their own people. It's a very good scene. It's one of the only good scenes in the entire movie. Now, granted, people argued that they turned the Kents into, like, backwaters hick bumpkins. I think they leaned a bit too much into the southern accent. They're from Kansas. I don't think these fuckers have been to Kansas, because they don't sound like they're from Kansas. They sound like they're from deep south. Oh, buddy. Something about a whole part of two arguing about morality. I mean, it's Marlon Brando. Yeah. I discovered my Steelbook copy of Man of Steel while I was sorting movies today. They had it marked down at Walmart dirt cheap, and I'm more glad I got it. Nice. Steelbook Blu-ray? Or DVD? Did they still make DVD Steelbooks back in the day? I mean, Steelbooks are great. A Steelbook of Man of Steel. I don't know if I have a Steelbook of Man of Steel. I'll have to look. Ha, makes sense. Steel. Even Megamind's version was better. Seriously, Megamind is underrated. I need to rewatch Megamind. So Jor-El is God and Superman is Jesus who dies for our sins. No. Superman is Moses. This is what they pointed out in the Red Letter Media review, and once he did, I'm like, oh, that makes more sense. Superman is Moses. Jor-El is still God, but Superman is Moses. Where, you know, he is brought to being raised by other people other than his own people, and having to save his people. Kind of. I guess you could. I mean, the Jesus allegories are kind of there too, but when they said Moses, it's kind of similar to a lot of religious type stuff. Whatever. Not important now. That's how Raw Dog sounds, I'm pretty sure. Blu-ray and DVD. Nice. Good combo. You're making a mistake saying listen when women do the opposite. Okay, listen here. Let's not bash the women's. Wasn't Superman written by Jews? He was. Siegel and Schuster, I think? He was. Which is why it's kind of... he may be more in the Muslim... not Muslim. Moses route. But it honestly doesn't come into effect here. They don't really lean into a lot of the religious tones of the character, which is fine. In Man of Steel, they probably leaned a bit too far into the religious ideology, making him too Christ-like. Alright, I'll grant you that. In this film, he is very much just a man. Which, again, is kind of good. You make it more relatable that way. But again, he's not... He doesn't command respect from everyone around him, like you would think a Superman character would. Of, all right, we'll do what you say, or I'll listen to you, and you know, trust what you got. Not bashing, just semi-kidding. Kansans actually sound far less hickish than people think. I'm just not a good representation because I squeak like a teen. Well, that's fine. The squeaking part is irrelevant. It's the dialogue. But you get what I mean, though, right? It's like, Kansas isn't South. They act like you were down there in Georgia. You know, way deep south. I mean, for hell, like, it's so upsetting. Now, granted, the scene that they did, God forbid they ever cast Southerners to play Southerners. Nah, can't do that. No one's Southern. If you're an actor, you're a Californian, and you're from nowhere but California. We're not deep south yet. Yeah, not yet anyway. I don't know what that means. Are we gonna lose some states? Who knows? Hey, Mingo. Not me forgetting it was Tuesday. Hello, it's Tuesday. Cali or UK? Yeah. Do you have a squeaker from a rubber ducky toy stuck in your throat? No. Not anymore, anyway. Here we are spoiling the movie some more. There is a scene where Clark's mom calls him on the phone, and she's kind of like talking to it, and because they're older parents and the tech and stuff, and it makes sense. Like, that's a very human interaction between a man and his kind of like technically illiterate parents and stuff. Fine, that was fine. They don't overly insult his parents, I feel. But it's just kind of like, I don't feel they build them up as much as they could have. Again, with a 2-hour, 9-minute movie that they cram full of all sorts of other stuff, they could have cut any of the other plot points that don't go anywhere to build up him with his parents more, is what I'm saying. Cut the fat over here, make more of the human... Because those human moments, James Gunn does excel at human moments, that would have been perfect. Didn't. There's a scene where Superman's talking with Lois Lane, and in the background, there's a floating entity of some sort that the Justice Gang are fighting. You can see Green Lantern with a giant bat just trying to hit it, not doing anything. Haha, funny. It stays there for the remainder of the scene in the background, distracting you. Distracting me. I don't know if other people are distracted, but I also am not fascinated by jangling keys. So... I don't know what they talked about. Jeremy Johns had a review just similar to that as well. He's like, I couldn't tell you what the scene was about. I'm sure it's important, but I don't remember what they talked about because there was a distraction in the back. There was a joke in the back. They could have moved it aside or resolved it.
You used to have a squeaker stuck in your throat, Uncle Cheesy? Were you omni-eater when you were a kid?
Pica, I think is what it's called, when you eat things that aren't food, or pica, P-I-C-A. No. It's all fine now. It all came out. Arnar Tuesday. Since high school, yeah, I never got past the stage of puberty. You'll hit second puberty soon. I trust. I'm in the deep south. It's great. Love it. Bless your heart. If you are a farmer, you're illiterate, didn't you know? Seriously. Now remember, ladies, eating disorders are a sin. So is eating past midnight. Pica? Long I sound? Okay. Because like Pika or Pica? Six put me in hell pin on my chest. Let's see. What other nonsense is there? Perry White is in the film. Kinda. Lawrence Fishburne's Perry White is magnificent in comparison to this Perry White. Not that he did a bad job, it's just they don't have him do anything. He's just kind of there. And he kind of plays a stereotypical boss. Of, let's go, and that's about it. A couple gruff lines of delivery, and that's about it. That's all they have him do. If I was that actor, I'd be fucking upset. Because I'm like, you had me do what? Lawrence Fishburne, on the other hand, has presence. He does things. There's a reason he's there. There's a lot of characters that just be like, why are you here? Why is focus on Superman? I don't care about any of this other crap. Title characters should have all the attention. Need to take testosterone supplements and get to that second puberty. Testosterone supplements might be a problem. You don't want to take too much of that.
Here we go. So, cheese.
Was there any cheese in the movie?
Cheese.
I don't think there was.
Spread it on the bread.
Bollocks.
Cheese. Ground.
Yeah, the writing was the cheese. Yeah, the conversation between Clark and Lois was something of importance. Basically, I think it's when he's about to turn himself in, because they revealed to the world that Superman's there to take us over and lord over us. And the goofiest bit, so you have these people being like, Superman's an alien, he's not from here. As Hawkgirl is standing right there. She's a Thanagarian. That's how she's got her wings. I mean, granted, she looked like crap in the fucking movie, too. She looked like she was just a cosplay. Like, she's too short to be Hawkgirl. And she didn't really make any sort of impact on the film. She was another character that you could have just nixed. Fucking gone. Worthless. But there's other aliens on the planet. What are you talking about? The Superman's the big one. You can't be saying there's metahumans. If he was the only one or the start of it, it would be making sense for people to be scared about it. It's not the case. And then keep in mind, spoilers towards the end of the film, in a cameo, Supergirl is in this film. So if they're upset about Superman doing stuff, she's another Kryptonian. Wouldn't they be upset about her as well? Whatever, that's tomorrow's problems. Who gives a crap? Like I said, I was getting a crick in my neck from that movie, and it was just kind of aggravating me. So he turns himself in. They hand him over to Luthor for some reason, because Luthor is now taking control of the incarceration of Superman. And they put him in the not plastic cells, they're glass cells, and has Metamorpho there, which they call Element Man, but I'm like, Metamorpho is a better name. Everyone knows him as Metamorpho. He turns his hand into kryptonite to keep Superman weak. And the reason he's doing that, because he's actually a genuinely good person, was that they have his son hostage, his baby infant child hostage, across the way. And like I said, this leads to them sacrificing that one guy that tried to help Superman. And Lex just shoots him in the head and basically says, well, maybe I'll find someone you do care about so you can tell me the information which all he cares about is like where his human parents, who his human parents were, or something like that. Like, if he really wanted to kill Superman, which that's where it ends up going, is like Lex wants to kill Superman. So he's torturing Superman in this regard, but he didn't torture that other guy that he just shot. If he wants to kill Superman, why didn't he do it when he had him there? Oh, because we're falling into cliched supervillainy of, no, I'm not going to kill you now, I'm going to kill you later, but then I'm not going to kill you later because I'm too inept. Because he wants Ultraman to do it. Spoilers for Ultraman. Ultraman, who in the comics is an alternate universe Superman. He's an evil Superman from another universe. Oddly enough, he gets high off of kryptonite. Like, he smashes it up and snorts it like it's a drug. It's kind of goofy, but kind of fun. Anyway, Lex says he's a clone. I cloned you. Again, hand waving away when that ever happened, or what that took. Whatever. I cloned you, Superman. Haha. And here's the thing: a clone of Superman, that's Bizarro. No, I'm not saying that's Bizarro. That's Bizarro, the character from the comic books. They could have made him Bizarro. They didn't make him Bizarro. They made him Ultraman instead. I feel like that's almost misleading. Like, James Gunn knows the comics enough to know when to dick around with them and change things to subvert, to keep people on their toes. No, we just want Bizarro. If you're going to do Bizarro, do Bizarro. If you're going to do Ultraman, do Ultraman. Don't do a hodgepodge of the two and just be like, hey, you didn't expect that, did ya? Yeah, you know what's tired? Your dialogue. Your jokes. That's tired. I would like unexpectedness from that, please. More so than plot points that don't make any sense anyway. I thought Ultraman was just another kind of villain. I mean, he is. Nutella straight out of the jar like a gremlin. Are you even going to use little cookies to dip them in? Why would I stop this? Taking testosterone is definitely not on my bucket list. Yeah. So, another goofy bit, and this is something that Jeremy Jahns had brought up too. When Ultraman fights Superman, it's Lex Luthor in his ear telling him codes to do for attacks. So he's just like, A1 is like a punch to the face. And then like D11, 9, C6, and all these things to do flips and shit. And like Jeremy Jahns was saying, it's like, so it takes that time for Lex to view the fight as it's happening, which Superman fights very fast. He's got super speed. They're using drones around to kind of like watch what's happening. So you're watching what's happening. Lex is seeing what's happening, deciding what the attack should be, and then verbalizing it to then send it to Ultraman to do the attack. And he's like, meanwhile, in Marvel's Civil War, Iron Man just had like an AI study Captain America's fighting style and come up with a fighting, an alternate defense to fight him. It's like, you're telling me that Lex Luthor, who made all this stuff, who built a pocket universe, can't make an AI that would study Superman's fighting style and come up with a way to fix it and wear like a mech suit or something? Something that would work like that? Again, stupid. I meant that he wasn't related to Superman. It depends. James Gunn is the epitome of failing upward. The guy made Guardians of the Galaxy, and ever since then, Hollywood has literally been falling over him to get him as a director. He can't make another type of movie. The weird thing, though, is he made Brightburn after it, and that seemed like a different movie, a bit. Biscoff. Watch K-pop Demon Hunters, and we can discuss something good on your show. I will. I'll have to watch it this weekend. But I also already brushed my teeth. Brush it with Nutella. Minty breath versus cheesy breath. Ooh, minty breath. Can't even make a real steel controller. Is there ever a Lucius Fox versus Lex Luthor storyline? I don't think so. Not in my recollection. I mean, there's a lot of crossover characters. So in this fight with Superman, between Superman and Ultraman, they're fighting because the pocket dimension has gone awry and it started like cracking the planet in half because, you know, it's an incomplete tech that Lex didn't really finish. So Superman's fighting with Ultraman and stuff, and Ultraman's like shooting his laser vision into his eyes, and that's how Superman's eyes get all like kind of bruised. But then eventually, as they're tussling, like Ultraman gets hit with a car because inside this pocket dimension that's eating up the planet is a black hole that's like eating everything up. And then Ultraman gets hit with a bus or something, and it gets knocked into the black hole. Now, again, people didn't like the Snyder Superman because Superman had killed Zod. And I believe, roughly so, that Zack Snyder was trying to do a thing of like, if Superman was pushed to his limit to save a person, to save a family, to save people, would he be willing to do the one thing he wasn't meant to do? Okay. And a lot of people they're still upset. No, Superman would still find a way. I don't know. Again, when they're trying to put realism on the line for these films, it kind of gets to a point, it's like, there comes a point, there's nothing you can do. You're in that moment, here are your choices, what do you do? Well, Superman would have found a way. I feel that's almost juvenile thinking, in a certain respect. He had Zod there. What could he have done? Blocked his eyes? Flipped him around? I don't know. But as the story is being presented, Superman had no other alternative. Okay, that's the story we're being told. Well, with this one, Ultraman goes into black hole and we assume dies. So, Superman didn't kill him, but he kind of resulted in his death. Is this the Batman mentality of, I'm not going to kill you, but I'm not going to save you either? That's still kind of not great, but because Superman respects all life, he could have been able to do something with Ultraman, turn him around, and convince him otherwise. No, none of that? Okay, bye. Again, it turns into, oh, we worked so hard for this build-up for Superman to respect life, and then throw it away, because I don't know what to do. I mean, at a point, I heard they removed a part where Ultraman kicks Krypto because they didn't want people upset at the villain of the movie. I'm like, first off, Krypto ain't even fucking there. That's a CG dog if I've ever seen one. So having him kick the dog, I don't think is going to be that big of a deal. This is a mess of a movie, and I cannot stand the fact that it's got so many positive reviews. And again, as we've discussed before, I think it's the law of, not the law of like diminishing returns. It's lowered expectations. That people are so hard up for a movie that's just decent that they will kiss the butt of any movie that's mid and say it's amazing. And that hurts me, because then that's not raising the bar. That's still keeping us down low. That's not holding movies accountable and expectations high of what they need to deliver in order to make money, to make people happy. No, here's your slop. Here's crappy jokes, crappy characters, crappy storytelling, shoved into a cannon, shot at your face. Had a 2-year aged Parmesan Sunday night. Ah, that sounds good. Did you have it with like some grapes? Grapes pair very well with it. That whole line from Batman Begins is why I despise the whole Batman doesn't kill argument about the movies. He does it almost every movie. He does what almost every movie? He kills every movie, or that he delivers the line that he doesn't kill every movie? Batman kind of doesn't kill, which is part of the problem, part of why Red Hood flies off the handle. But that's the great bit. That's the great bit, because he doesn't do. Here are your repercussions. It doesn't become all perfect. He's fine. You know, this is why you have reoccurring issues. And if you try to go into the realism of it, that's where you start going, isn't Batman complicit, whenever one of these villains that he does away with, that puts in Arkham Asylum or whatever, who come back out to do bad things, doesn't that make Batman responsible for that? Instead of doing away with the Joker, because, it's the whole dilemma. Batman trusts in the system. He wants the system to succeed and the system to be responsible for fixing it. Because if the system can't do its job anymore, we failed. We failed as a society. We may as well be in anarchy. So because he trusts in the system, and the system still says, yeah, lock him away, he doesn't do anything about it. But great power, great responsibility, do the right thing. It's like, Joker's killed how many people? Every time he gets out, he kills more. We could end this real easy. Like, this is why Frank Castle's like one of the... He's not a hero, but he's a great character because his whole thing is like, I see wrongdoing, I end it. You can't hurt anyone anymore. Stop. I mean, at least on a certain extent, when Superman would lock people away in the Phantom Zone, at least they were gone. They couldn't come back. There was no meant to return from there. Now, of course, stories came, but you weren't going to be like let go and put back in. You were just gone. We were not killing you. We're putting you away somewhere, away from other people. It's crazy because I just don't go see movies anymore, and that's because none of them really pull any interest from me. I'm the same way, Mab. Like, for the longest time, the last movie that actually pulled interest from me was the last Mission Impossible movie, because I had interest in that, because, I mean, we've been doing Mission Impossible movies for so long, and I've seen, all the ones before, and it felt interesting, and then, unfortunately, this last one didn't really deliver as much as the other ones. But there's no movie coming out that I'm like, like Lord of the Rings. There's the next Lord of the Rings movie coming out, oh my god. Nothing. I don't. It's all like this slop. I think the last movie I went to see was the new Super Mario. Oh gosh. Because Batman does what he does. Criminals get tougher. He breeds new kind of criminal. Right. Based on your description of the plot and action of the movie, I think this Superman movie was meant to be watched with your brain turned off. Just maybe. Absolutely. And I mean, but that's kind of the common thing with a lot of films. Is they're like, oh, it's a great popcorn film. Just turn your brain off. Yeah, my brain don't do that. It just doesn't. I can't. I care about the characters too much to just turn my brain off and be like, it's fine, whatever. But the system is corrupt. Batman tries to keep within the rules of society to a fault. Interesting bit, though, is like he will back people that he feels are supportive and will help fix the system. Harvey Dent, for one, before Harvey falls to the dark side. You know, there's all these things. He has his supporters. It's just an uphill battle. Last movie I saw in theaters, maybe The Norseman. Oh my gosh, that's a while ago. Another strange bit about the movie when he makes a pocket dimension. Mr. Terrific and Lois are trying to find where Superman is to free him. And they peek into the pocket dimension, and there's this, like, anti-proton river? Bullshit plot device. That's going through the center of this pocket dimension. And Mr. Terrific says, like, we can't touch that. That'll undo us, and that's bad things. Bad. Yeah, Superman ends up basically swimming in it. And I'm like, I thought that thing was like, it was basically antimatter and would undo your absolute existence. What? And it just became a thing that he got caught up in, and then he floods his way towards the black hole. Crypto is there because Crypto was locked in there too. And he's trying to save the Metamorpho's baby at the same time, so he's a little stuck. But again, he needs the help of Metamorpho and Crypto, and he kind of turns around and blows the super air to get him out of there. But it just felt very messy. Plus, there were people like guards. Lex Luthor had guards that were in that area that were trying to stop Superman, and he kind of knocks them away. Again, the people who have the whole. There's so many moments in this movie that after a thug or a villain gets knocked away or something, they have to show like they're okay, as if this movie was literally made for babies. Because that engineer lady, she uses her nanites or nanobots to go into Superman's lungs to stop him from breathing, and he ends up flying up in the air real high and then flying down, impacting the planet. So that way she gets knocked out. That's all. She gets knocked out. They make a point of it of going like, she's still breathing. Really? He impacted with the force of like a meteor striking the planet, and she's okay still? What? Like, again, oh well. Nothing really matters. No one's getting hurt. He helps give criminals who want to reform as well. Bruce has found that does criminal research programs for rehabilitation. We cannot have a white MMC stand on their own. They have to have a helper. Oh, he has all the fucking helpers. There are okay. There are people saying that he doesn't fight or he doesn't win any of his own fights. That he needs a lot more help and stuff. There is a fight that he wins on his own. Between him, Ultraman, and the engineer. Like I said, he flies up in the air and slams into the ground. That was just all him. He didn't have, I don't think he had Crypto come in. He didn't have any of the Justice Squad come in. Nothing. It was all him. So he does, but overall it just seems like he's constantly having to help other people do things. Or he needs help himself. Batman doesn't kill, but, you know, that finisher moves in Arkham are a thing, just like Superman pulling that same deal is hilarious. Yeah. It's like, I don't kill you, but I'll just break every bone in your body and you will never walk again. Oh, thanks. But then again, that's the point I bring up with this movie, is how real are we wanting to take this? Are we taking this real? We're not. This is not a realism movie. Do you take it into realism where you start arguing about politics of what does it mean for Superman to intervene in a foreign nation? Or do you do the happy fun time giant monster comes out of the sky and Superman fights him? Which is it? Because if you start digging into the realism of our political world and what it means, then you start digging into, okay, so can people sue Superman for damages? He picks up someone's car and throws it at a monster. Who pays for that? You know, you start really getting into the weeds that nerds have argued for millennia. You know, forever, ever since there been stuff. We argue about all sorts of stuff. You're really going to get into that? Or are we going to have a happy fun time who gives a shit? I don't know. And I don't think this movie knows either. I love those videos where the guy plays different criminals before versus after and lists all their injuries. Yeah, that was a good one. Again, they never solidify whether or not Jor-El's message was real. You're just told repeatedly that yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, yep, we checked it. Yep, And I'm like, so everyone suddenly became an expert in Kryptonian? He's only been here 3 years, but now we're experts in Kryptonian stuff. Even though Lex makes mistakes all the time, as we've seen, and that he could have also doctored it. Which comments online were saying, well, if he doctored the information, they would have told us. The movie would have told us. I'm like, I don't think it would have. I almost wonder if it's something that they're holding back for a later installment. Again, we'll fix the movie in the next movie. That's no way to make a film. You fix the movie now, in this movie. You don't fix it in the next future movie. Future installments will fix the crap we've done. That's such shit. God damn. Oh, man. I absolutely hated the cinematography for this film, by the way. It's not just an issue with the writing is crap, but everything else looks... The look of the film in terms of the color grading, great, fine. Bright, shiny colors, great. I have no problem with that. I'm not some dour person who's like, it's too bright and shiny. That's not real. No, it's fine. It's good. It's comic booky. That's fine. Some of the costumes made them look like they were cosplay instead. That's costuming's problem. Not exactly the bright colors. You can have bright colors not look like a Party City costume. But the cinematography made me want to throw up. Not literally, thank God, but it did make me feel not good. So there'll be a fight scene between the characters, and the camera just spins around the characters as if it's adding more dynamic to it. Oh my God, look how cool it is from over here. And it's not even slow-mo. So where Zack Snyder will have a set scene of characters fighting, and then have it be slow-mo so you can actually see what's happening, because all these characters are fighting at high speeds. And then you get a little bit more of, oh my gosh, that's what's happening, that's so cool. Now they joke, Snyder puts too much slow-mo in his movies. At least I know what's going on. With that spinning thing, I don't know what's going on, and also I feel not happy. Like, a little ill. It's a terrible thing to do. And it's the same cinematographer that worked on The Flash. I'm gonna say it, I don't think this person should be working in cinematography anymore. Yes, this is random man on the internet dictating what others should do for their job. I don't see it. I don't like it. It's not good. That's not a way to tell a story, is to basically flip around. It's not good. The cinematography looked like it would give me motion sickness. Oh boy howdy. I told you, after the movie, I had a headache. And I wasn't entirely sure if it was because of my visual strain on the film, or because I was getting a crick in my neck from going, I don't like what's happening. The Flash sucked all the talent out of the guy. Sure. What talent was there is gone. Use the same guy. I would have thought that no one would have touched anyone who did anything with the Flash with a 10-foot pole because of how crap that film was. Swear to God. No, they used him for the cinematographer in this. Really? You get James Gunn to write it. He could direct it. That's fine. You get James Gunn to write this. You get... Which is not an ensemble, shouldn't be an ensemble movie, but he turned it into one. All I can think of is that he wanted to add in all these extra characters so that way he could make a movie he wanted to later. Because people were saying, if you made a movie with the Justice Gang that had Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, and the Hawk Girl, and Metamorpho, and Mr. Terrific, I'd be willing to see that. Misfits doing good deeds. Great. That's the film that I feel like James Gunn wanted to make, but then I have to fit Superman in it somehow. And for a lot of quotes are saying that he couldn't crack the character of Superman for the longest time. Not until he thought about Krypto, which again is a self-insert dog. That's his dog in the film. That's not Krypto. One, it's not a lab like Krypto has been forever. Two, Krypto's not well behaved in the fucking slightest. Again, Superman has no authority. He has no commanding presence. To tell the dog, no, sit, stay, doesn't work. It nips at his heels and stuff like that, and it's so stupid. You would think that Superman would be able to train a dog, seeing as that he grew up on a farm, so he kind of that shared... He should have animal handling skills, at least. I don't like the jokey joke I've seen from Supes, which isn't who he is. He's big and beautiful, regal, not jokey. Here's the mistake. Here's the problem. They're confusing Superman with Shazam. That's the problem. Every single thing that I've seen that talks about Superman being kind of a big joke, that's Shazam. You want that with Shazam because he's a child turned into a superhero. That's what a child would think a superhero would do. But Superman should be an adult. At least Superman. If you want to do Superboy, that's a different fucking story. Superman should be an adult. What do I imagine Superman being like? I imagine him being like a big brother or a father figure. That's what you imagine Superman being. Somebody who describes you. You want to be like him. You want to emulate him. He tells when he tells you to do something, you want to do it to please him because you know it's the right thing to do. You know he's looking out for you. That's what you want. You don't want somebody who's like, he's just a buddy. No, he's way more than that. Krypto is supposed to be a regal and structured. Right, because here's the thing. If that dog misbehaves, people die. If Superman misbehaves, people die. That's why he has to kind of act a little bit more reserved. Man of Steel was a great personification of Superman. A bit too dour, I will grant you, but he still had a lot of good aspects. It's hard to follow the animated series. The animated series was perfect. Bruce Timm did a wonderful job. You really want to know what a Superman is like? Watch the animated series. With the Justice League series that happens as well. That's all we expect him to be, because anything less, and he's Homelander. Yeah. There's a scene towards the end where Superman and Lex are standing off each other and kind of bantering back and forth. Lex is basically saying that, the United States has given him full authority to kill Superman. He's going to do it. And, kind of give him a bit more of his motivations at the end of the film. And then Superman retorts with, I have humanity in me. I get up in the morning. I have my doubts. I move forward one step at a time. Very good dialogue for the moment. Again, because everything's a copy of a copy of a copy, and with diminishing returns, Krypto bursts into the scene and attacks Lex Luthor. This is your Hulk hitting Loki scene in Avengers, where Loki's pontificating about whatever the fucking... He gets grabbed by Hulk and smashed around, and everyone laughs because of how abrupt it happened. It was funny then, the one time it happened. Now you can't do that anymore. Krypto comes in, attacks Lex Luthor. Krypto, Kryptonian Superdog, attacks Lex Luthor. He should be dead. He should be dead. Even Hulk attacking Loki, Loki's Asgardian, he's got some more sustainability. He could take a hit from the Hulk. He won't be happy about it. He'll take a hit from the Hulk. A regular, average human being attacked by a Kryptonian dog that's all fur and teeth and anger would not survive in a second. But of course, Lex gets up afterwards and just kind of seems a little battered, even though his arm should be gone, ripped from its socket, blood everywhere. But no, it's just a joke. And what does Superman do at this moment? Superman, who respects life and knows how dangerous Krypto could be to a person, he brought him with because he said he didn't want him to kill his parents' cows. What does Superman do? He just kind of sits back and goes, no, oh, Krypto, don't, no, like that, across the room. He doesn't zoom in and grabs Krypto and be like, no, bad dog. No, you can't do that. That's not the right thing to do. Lex should be arrested for his crimes, brought up on charges, brought to justice. You don't fucking murder him or attack him like that. That's not a Superman thing to do, for him to be a trivial person. Oh, I hate him. Give him back elbow because I didn't like him. That's what we peons do. Superman can't afford to do that because people will die. He could have rushed in there, grabbed the dog, held it. No. Can't do that, because that's not what James Gunn would do. James Gunn wouldn't do that to his dog. And that's why his dog is an unruly shit. Where he said, when I was writing the emails, I had to write with my feet up on the table because it would nip at my heels. Why are you letting your dog run your house? I love dogs. I absolutely love dogs. You don't let them rule you. Because if you don't hold that dog accountable, that dog's going to attack someone. And it's going to be your responsibility as the owner to take care of that. Letting Superman have that moment of being honest and vulnerable would have been good. Joe Knight's right. Yes. Right, he's not Asgardian, he's nice China. Yes. Nerd! We're not just talking about the Superman movie, are we? Why? You got something else to do? You got somewhere else to be? Here's how you fix Lex. Put him in his suit. Yeah, in the mech suit, yeah. If Krypto had attacked Lex when he was in his mech suit, that's fine. At least it's more fine, because you know he's not going to be overly harmed. He wasn't. He was just a man being attacked by a dog. A superpowered dog. I mean, even a regular dog, you wouldn't allow the dog to go after a guy like that. Because actual dogs and humans do terrible things. Krypto should go to jail. Pokemon's table for Thursday. Pet insert. Yeah, because James Gunn has a dog that acts and looks just like Krypto. So that's why James Gunn put it in the movie. Because he thought it would be funny. Superman is kind of godly. He's got the Greek god thing going. Big, huge, heroic. Being petty ain't cool. Correct. Potato patata. No, but there's a Sagat gameplay trailer for Street Fighter 6 if you want to watch it. I think I did see something about that. Trailer somewhere. Is there anything else to say about this trash film? I don't like. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it. And maybe, like I said, it's gonna take this week for people to see, for us to really see what it's doing numbers wise, because they had early tickets come out on Tuesday for Amazon Prime people, and they took all that money into account. The next weekend will show if people came back to the movie or if interest is still there, or people going, no, I don't want it. Now, granted, I'm sure it'll be somewhat there, but the numbers right now aren't exactly showing great for international sales. It's 232 million. Now, of course, they're going to jerk themselves off and say how wonderful and great and stupendous and perfect and great and awful and awesome. It's the best movie in 2025. Best. Diminishing all the little special things of like, it's the best superhero film to happen during 2025. Like all these little addendums that they have to put in and saying it's the best movie of the year. It's the highest grossing movie of the year. No, it's the highest grossing in the movie of the year. That's a superhero film that released on a Tuesday, starring Nicholas Hoult. Just keep adding shit. Prime people, that's me. I mean, it was me too, but I wasn't going to go see it early. I hardly wanted to see it. Yeah, and at the very end of the film, Superman is there in his Fortress of Solitude. The robots have been kind of repaired and are cleaning up the place. And the one robot says, show him pictures of his parents. He finds it soothing. And then they show the Kents instead of his Kryptonian parents. Which, again, I'd be like, man, that'd be cool to have seen any of that stuff earlier in the film to kind of form a little bit more of an establishment between the relationship of Clark and his adoptive parents. Yeah, you see a bit of it when he goes to visit them, but that's a good relationship. I'd like to see more of that instead of, like, flashes, if at all. And then Supergirl crashes in. She crashes in. Why does she crash in? She's drunk. Superman says that Supergirl likes to fly off to planets with a red sun to drink so she can get drunk, because otherwise, with the yellow sun, their powers prevent them from getting drunk. This is what he says. This is like rickety ass dialogue that he gives to the robot that probably already knows that. He says that's... This dialogue's fucking trash, man. This story is fucking trash. I hate this so much. But praise it. It's the best. It's wonderful. She comes in, crashes in. Krypto is apparently her dog. Krypto goes and starts licking her and stuff and bashing her into the ground. To which the robot says that's why the dog has behavioral issues, is because it's her dog and she's not caring for it. Anyway, she leaves the scene and basically calls Superman bitch. That's your Supergirl. Your Supergirl's a party girl. A drunk party girl. And of course they're saying that her story... What's the week 2 drop going to look like? I don't know. I'm hoping there's a drop. But I don't even know if there will be a drop because, you know, I honestly don't have faith that people see that this movie is trash. They're going off a Tom King storyline for Supergirl, which Tom King, I don't like his writing. A lot of people don't like his writing. But they're basically making her out to be some tragic character where she has much more emotional... feelings towards Krypton and stuff because she had grown up a little bit more than Clark had, because Kal-El was a baby. He doesn't know anything about his planet, his people, while Kara Zor-El, she knew a bit more, and her like mother had died and passed away from Kryptonian cancer or something. Krypton cancer, blah 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 blah. So they're basically going to lean into that and I'm like, are you really going to expect me to care about this character that's basically a drunkard? And like a comedic drunkard of, bitch. She's a frat girl. Or a sorority girl, it would be. A drunk. She was wearing the Supergirl outfit too, by the way. With like just a coat over it. To which somebody had even brought up, is like, how did she make it back to the planet? She flies out to a planet with a red sun, red star, to lose her powers to get drunk. How does she get back? And then, if she does get back with her powers, how is she still drunk? She has her powers. She should either not have her powers and be drunk, or have her powers and not be drunk. You can't be both. That was the reason she left. That was the reason you told us she left. Where you stared at the audience and said, that's why she leaves. Ooh, buddy. Slay Girl Slay or something, I don't even know anymore. She's supposed to be like Clark, but more sassy. And somebody had even pointed out, what Clark should have done is when she showed up, he should have reprimanded her. Said, you can't fly, you can't drink and fly. It's irresponsible. You could have careened into the planet at a high speed and hurt someone. Oh, my neck popped. Drunk Ex Machina. Shut up, you. But he would have been, again, authority. He's, by the time, so, Kal-El is younger than Kara Zor-El. Superman is younger than Supergirl, but he came to the planet first and he aged up. He's basically like an older brother to her. He should be reprimanding her. He should be holding her accountable. No, you can't do that. We could like, people will get hurt. We can't do that. No, it just became like a shrug of, that's her, that's Supergirl, whatever. Someone threw Supergirl through Lex's pocket universe. Sure. Putting you in the relaxed corner. I'm sorry it was bad, though. Oh, buddy. It's so infuriating because it's like no one's thinking of these things. It's, again, sacrificing proper storytelling for jokes, for funny. Isn't it funny if Supergirl was drunk? No? Why did you stretch yourself going to see this? I don't know. Certainly not seeing the Fantastic Four movie. That's gonna be bad. Like I said, this gave me a headache, so I wasn't expecting it to be that freaking awful. Preview alone with the wacko camera shit was like painful. Yeah. Question is IRL friends dragging him to it. Cavill will forever be my Superman, and Bale will always be my Bats. Not, oh god. Oh god, who did the voice? Not Kevin Conroy? I mean, live action, I guess. We're not a bunch of saints on Fridays. We murder people! Oh, man. The after credits, there's a mid-credits scene where Superman's on the moon with Krypto. It's kind of a sweet scene. Very pointless. I mean, pointless in a good way that, like, it doesn't affect the story or anything. It's just kind of a sweet moment. Okay, fine, who cares? Don't think about it. That's what mid-credit scenes used to be, or something kind of throwaway that you didn't really... It wasn't integral to the plot, or an Easter egg for a new future movie like Marvel likes to do, where they basically show you a movie plot point at the very end. No. It's a proper mid-credit scene of you watch it or don't, it doesn't matter. Not Kevin Conroy, everyone would tell his voice was gay. Oh, jeez. It's so infuriating to me that became a talking point about Kevin Conroy and not his actual performance. There's still people out there who keep bringing up that point, despite the fact it's like it has absolutely nothing to do with his performance and who he was as a professional. He did not have a gay-sounding voice. Yeah. I believe that was the joke. Ow. Deep voice, deep throat. Everyone knew it. Yeah. It's as I suddenly stopped speaking so deep. I mean, what are you talking about? Oh God. Yeah, I don't. Time to Mickey Mouse exactly. Helium, save me. So my high pitch is super heterosexual. There you go. We fixed it. Oh boy. Yeah, what the hell, man? At just over 2 hours, Superman has all the zippy action you want. The flying sequences come with Top Gun-style G-force. Oh my god. So whenever they showed him flying, the view was from here. Like, it would just show his head as he's flying around. Kind of like Top Gun. That's not how you really want to see a man flying like that, because it looks really goofy to have, like, a giant head and a little body. Like, it should be a side view, like how they did in Man of Steel. How he flies. And you could see, like, the force as he's flying, as he's trying to control the way he flies. Not just like, wee, and... Ah, man. I did not like the way they filmed him flying. It leaves you with something the DCU rarely did. Buoyancy. Like, what the hell, man? In a world where we're all primed to be cynical and angry, the kindness and hope James Gunn's Superman brings to life, it really is the new punk rock... I can't. I'm done. I can't read these reviews. These reviews are absolute trash. Like, they either have to be bought or these people are brainlets. There's no real, like, thought going into there, and I'm just gonna get upset. Hey, look, a Smurfs movie. Let's be angry about that instead. That was a pretty good impression, actually. Which one? The Mickey Mouse? Oh, boy. Gosh golly, Pluto. It's not. I need to work on it. I've not done Mickey Mouse in a while. I've not done Mickey Mouse's voice in a while, either. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I said it. Egghead gross. What? No, not Mickey Mouse, but Mark Dice's voiceover for Brian Stelter for better comedic effect. Mickey, yeah. Mouse Couture. Does that review even hurt a punk rock? It's one of the things from the movie. The movie is basically, there's an interaction between Clark and Lois where, you know, Clark is trying to say, Lois was trying to cue, she was like, I was punk rock, and Clark was like, I was punk rock. Because that's him being a big doofus. And basically trying to say that punk is going against what is regularly happening out there. So punk rock now is being a nice person instead of an evil, you know, mean person. Can you sing the hot dog song? The what? Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Da 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 da. Hot dog, diggity dog. That's about hot dog, diggity dog. Are those the only words? Do the impression, but you're doing a couch casting. Oh no. Take off your clothes. You want to be a star, don't you? Can you do the goofy Garsh? No. Garsh. I think it lacks a bit of, like, depth to it. Garsh. I can't do... I'm not going to do the scream. The yell. Remove the couch setting and replace with a sound studio. Whoa.
Don't listen to him. He's
Go
drunk
find the
on
words.
cheese.
I did the Garsh. Garsh. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Now we got ears, it's time for cheers. Hot dog, the problem solved. Hot dog, diggity dog. Hot dog, diggity dog. It's a brand new day, what you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, stomp on the floor. Hot dog, diggity dog. Really? Those are the words? Hot dog, diggity dog. We're splitting the scene, we're full of beans. So long for now from Mickey Mouse. Andy Mickey Mouse Clown House. Really? This doesn't seem like the hot dog song. Wasn't there something about thrills? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. You sounded just like Goofy on the second try. It's trash. I need more practice. I sing that song frequently. Get into voice acting, dude. I mean, that's what I've been told. Voice acting or narration. I do the he yuck that Goofy does pretty often, pretty good. When do you do the he yuck? Do you have to do it, like, do you ever naturally do a he yuck, Black Hat? I don't think anyone ever naturally he yucks. Garsh, I can kind of see somebody doing organically. But a he yuck? A yuck? Oh, a yuck? A yuck? A yuck? There it is. You have to get the g part. A yuck? Push all the toxic people out. Missed opportunity, we're full of cheese. Erotica audiobook reading. Oh god. I can't even imagine. It would one of those things. So a weird thing about streaming for me is that, like, I used to do theater and shows and stuff like that. But I almost felt it was better when, like, no one could see what I was doing. So, for instance, like, I'm talking to a camera right now, and there's many of you out there, which I greatly appreciate you. Hi, hello, welcome. I feel like I can do a bit more when they're not somebody sitting right next to me watching me do a thing. You know? Doing an erotic audiobook. I don't even know, man. Like that might be a bit. I can't even, like, I can imagine people listening to. Oh, I don't like it. Is that I Know What You Did Last Summer, the original or the remake? What? Erotica audiobook? Read 50 Shades of Mickey. I plead the fifth. The minute someone watches me, I fuck up. Right. Practice by reading that erotica we found on Balder. Oh god. No! Alright. Quick, oh my god, is it already... It's already almost 11:30. Good gravy. I've been ranting for like the past... bit. Heard good things about the F1 movie. That's one I would like to see. I don't know if I need to see it in theaters, but that sounds like it's going to be a good film. But yeah, look at... Elio's rated that high, and Elio's freaking trash, man. What's Elio's numbers? $118 million dues, and it's rated about on the same level as Superman. Superman's what? 83.93, 82.90. Basically on the same level. Been out longer than Superman, and it's trash. Why? It's almost like these ratings don't track. Movies in theaters next to Smurfs. It's soon. It's soon. The Busty Argonian. And it's gone. Yeah. Yeah, and then Lilo and Stitch made... Lilo and Stitch is 71.92, and it made what? Did it make it to $1 billion? No, but it's close. That's infuriating to me. Speaking of crappy films that don't carry their messaging from the original. Almost $1 billion. Disney's gonna take this and fucking run with it. We're gonna get live-action movies for the foreseeable future. Here we are thinking that the Snow White movie doing crap was something that kind of give Disney a black eye and make them stop this crap, or at least slow it down, and nope. They see this number come in, they're like, we're fine. Give them more of this. In fact, screw up more of the storytelling. You don't have to be faithful at all. Have everyone be turned over as wards of the state. It's fine. There's just not been any good movies. I agree. Oh wait, the last movie I saw might have been Deadpool 3. The last movie I saw before this year was Nosferatu. Pretty good movie. It was another Eggers film. It was a pretty good movie. The only other movie I saw this year other than Superman was the Mission Impossible film. So it's been over like half a year before my friends and I got to see another movie. Now granted, they mentioned other movies. I just like, no, there's nothing, no interest I have. So. Buddy. Just, it's really infuriating. Because what's even coming out? I think next week is, Fantastic Four. Next weekend. Not this weekend. Next weekend is Fantastic Four. Sounds like Disney's writers were taken over by Grok 3. Man, you would think. But I don't think. I don't think that's the case. Because I even think Grok would have done better. In my mind, you go to the movies like once a week. In my mind, or are you saying, in my mind, you go to movies like once a week. What are you seeing? I don't know. Don't ask me. I used to. Like, years back, my friends, we would go every week. Every week. We had a local, we still have a local theater in town. We go every week. It was a great thing. Like, there were movies popping out every week. Great. Something to see. Something to see. Now it's like, is it even worth it? And now with things going on streaming, and with prices going up, and with people in the theaters acting like absolute fools, where they're talking or snacking too loud, and I just don't want to deal with other people, why not wait for it to come? Like, I would much rather take like a couple $1,000s, set it aside, and build like a theater, a home theater system, where all I would need is like a good screen, a good TV, a good sound bar, a couple good chairs, in a dark room. That's all I need. That's all I need. And that should only cost me like a couple $1,000s. I don't need the theater experience with the sound. Nope. Not really. And then on that system, I could rewatch Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Ghostbusters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, again and again and again, as many times as I wanted. I Know What You Did Last Summer is coming out July 18th. That's this week. Yeah. Eddington, which is a Joaquin Phoenix drama, something. Smurfs comes out this weekend at St. Clair. Okay. Next weekend, Fantastic Four. A lot of other stuff, but it's all lower end. And then what's the next one after that? August 1st, The Naked Gun remake. The Bad Guys 2, which is a sequel. Some other random movies. That's August. Anything else in August? Freakier Friday, which is a sequel. Shin Godzilla, but that's coming back. That was in 2016. Red Sonja comes out August 15th, which that looked like a streaming movie from the trailer I saw. Nobody 2 comes out August 15th, which is a sequel. The original was pretty good. Toxic Avenger, August 29th. Nothing's really like, oh my god, yeah, I gotta go see it. I'm scrolling through here. Spinal Tap 2. Are you shitting me? Really? Nobody 2 looks sick? Yeah. Naked Gun, the new one, actually looks good. I don't know. I feel like it might be a bit tired. Is there a Spinal Tap 2 trailer? Give me a sec. Okay, have a good night, Mingo. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, this is a teaser trailer. A town that's about 30 minutes driving has a movie theater that has Tuesday matinee with prices under $7 per movie all day. That's a good deal. I'd take that deal. Good lord, how many times did they have to go back to the well of Freaky Friday? What does this make? So there's the original Freaky Friday that was black and white. Then they did the remake Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan. Now this is Freakier Friday. So at least 3? I'm sure there's another one in there I'm missing. Or at least a Freaky Friday equivalent story. Snore well. Snore well! Is this just going up to 11 and that's all it shows? Yes. Now it goes to infinite. That's it. That's all it is. It's a teaser. Okay. Let me see. I mean, there are some like smaller films there, but again, they don't. I don't feel like they're theater worthy. I'm in October right now, and I'm not seeing anything. Tron Ares in October. That's another Tron movie, which kind of looks interesting because basically it's the Tron stuff coming into our world. But I don't know. Now I'm through October. Not seeing anything. I don't even see any scary movies. I don't even see any like good Halloween kind of movies. There's some horror movies, I guess, but nothing like, oh man, that's a good Halloween film. I don't know, man. November has The Running Man, which is a remake. Predator Badlands, which is I guess a sequel. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Another one? Wicked. Another Wicked this year in November. November 21st. So we get to watch another press tour for the Wicked people. Isn't there another ex-assassin film, but his wife is in on it too, unlike Nobody? Oh, Guns something? It had Kevin James in it. I actually want to see that, but I don't... Again, is that theater worthy or just... Yeah, Guns Up. Kevin James and Christina Ricci. I'd watch that. Can we skip to watching another random chick that's eating a huge plate of food? We'll get there. We'll get there. It's 11:30. I was just kind of taking a look. I was trying to see if I could at least get it to the end of the year in IMDb to see if there was anything coming out that I was like, that's a movie I'm looking forward to, and I'm not seeing it. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in December. Avatar, the next Avatar movie, Avatar Fire and Ash, comes out this year in December. The SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants. But there's nothing like, oh my god, I want to see nothing for the end of the year. That's awful. That is so awful. Yep. And then it loops around to January where we start getting more movies again. It's so bad. Isn't there another Mr. and Mrs. Smith happening? A series, yeah. But that was like Amazon or something. Freaky Friday, 7 movies. 2 TV sequels. Broadway musical and a TV adaptation of the play. 7 movies. Or was that just bait? No. I'm sure it's real. Don't trust me. Trust me, bro. Trust me. Come on, man. Fucking, let's go. No. They've been milking Freaky Friday since 1931. I would not have guessed that. Like I said, I was like maybe 4 films. Or like TV movies, maybe. Yeah, the second season of the reboot of Mr. and Mrs. Smith has been confirmed by Amazon Prime Video. However, the original stars, Donald Glover and Maya Erskine, are not expected to return. Instead, the new season will feature Sophie Thatcher and Mark Idleston as the new leads. The second season is set to continue the story of the spy organization Hee and the various couples who work undercover as Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So now it's not just the one Mr. and Mrs. Smith. There's many Mr. and Mrs. Smiths. Kill me. Christ. Ooh, buddy. Get you. You know what? I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this. I want to watch this trailer. One of the things I enjoy about Kevin James. Now, granted, I've heard things in the background that he's not that great of a guy. Fine, who isn't in Hollywood at this point? But he strikes me as hitting that kind of like large guy comedy type thing. But he has chops to play other things. This trailer intrigues me because he's a larger guy, but they don't play him as a fool. You know, he doesn't play the stereotypical schlubby dad or schlubby guy who gets with the hot wife. No, he's actually capable, and he's not playing Paul Blart here while married to Christina Ricci.
It's family night.
You and kids mean everything to me.
There's something I want to talk about. The diner. With some elbow grease, we could be open within a month.
No more worrying that the kids are gonna find out how you put food on the table.
It's business as usual.
Or the other character from King of Queens, correct? Yeah.
Raymond Hayes, New Jersey's #1 collector of debts.
My kids cannot find out about this.
All this time and you haven't told them.
You're a good man, Mr. Hayes. But one does wonder what kind of home your children are being raised in.
Why are you bleeding?
No, that's red ink.
It looks like blood.
It does, right?
What's this I hear about you wanting to quit the game?
I care about what I do for a living.
If you leave...
So this is not overly comedic.
Get down!
I think it has a good balance to it.
Tell me why Dad picked a fight with a pirate.
Get in there! Kill them all!
Is Dad John Wick?
I think our dad married John Wick.
And it may...
What?
I'm just processing a lot right now, and you're being a little aggressive.
Honey, get a gun and let's go get the kids.
It may like cross the border into
We
goofy, overly goofy, but
What a
I'd be willing to watch this.
They'll fight back.
Is everybody okay?
We're scheduling a lifetime of family therapy.
Oh, please, no.
Like, it seems like a relatively low-budget type film, which I think would excel. It doesn't need to make that much movie in order to be successful. It's not paying out the ass for it. Hollywood is creatively bankrupt. List of American films of 2027. 1 second. Let me get a copy of that. Let me post it. Pasty post it. This is 2027. Okay, so this is not next year, the year after. Children of Blood and Bone. The Angry Birds movie 3. Warner, another DC film. The Thomas Crown Affair. Haven't seen that before. With Michael B. Jordan, of course. Or is he directing? Michael B. Oh, whatever. Sonic the Hedgehog 4, of course. Godzilla X Kong Supernova. Guess another one of those. Fast. The Legend of Zelda. Oh, God. That's not... Oh, no. I'm more intrigued that his wife breaks the mold of the spouse either not knowing or forbid Mr. Protag from going back into the biz that I have seen from nobody in Sakamoto. Correct, yeah. Yeah. She's in on it. She knows, and she's actually capable too. That's my one complaint. They should have made her being involved a movie surprise. Well, I mean, trailers being what they are, they're going to ruin the movie for you. They got to show you everything. Stop revealing everything in the trailers. Well, they realize, they know if they don't show people things, people don't go. There's now a thing that people are going online and reading all of the stuff that happens in a movie before they go. Like, they ruin it. Some people are saying it's like the TikTok generation or something like that. Like, people don't want the anxiety of not knowing what happens in a movie. Meanwhile, I go see movies that I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is going to be trash. Oh my god, it was pretty much trash. So, yeah. Man boobs up. So pro. Yeah, this movie is gonna drive me fucking insane, isn't it? Star Wars Starfighter. So that's just a random Star Wars nonsense. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Is that going to happen? How many of these are going to be canceled? How to Train Your Dragon 2, the next live-action slop. I heard the original was pretty... The first one was pretty decent, but I'm like, I don't need to see the sequel to the thing that was already had a... What? The sequel live-action to the sequel. Fuck, shut up. Untitled Marvel Studios film, Bad Fairies. Okay. Untitled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem sequel. I didn't like the last one. I don't like the style of the Turtles and what they're doing with it. The Batman Part 2. Where's Part 1? They take forever to make these films. Frozen 3. Avengers Secret Wars. The Lord of the Rings The Hunt for Gollum. Oh my god. As if they didn't, like, crap enough with the last Lord of the Rings animated show they did. Andy Serkis is the director. I don't care. We don't need a Gollum movie. Hamadama. That's why you just look it up on Wikipedia, like a normal anxiety-driven person, right? I don't understand why they start up the live actions when the animated sequels fizzle out. Nostalgia? They figure by the time the animated show fizzles out, people, they wait a little bit of time, and then people will have a fondness for those originals, because those originals are still solid. So then we'll just do that, but a little bit different, but live action, and then that'll bank us more money. I think that might be the case. Hey, Mugger Prime. A Gollum movie, yeah. Remember that nostalgia? Remember it? Choke on it! Yeah. People read up wiki and still go to the theater? Yeah. I thought the point of reading was that you ain't going. No. There's people who read the wiki to be like, am I going to even like this? And then they choose, and then they'll go, oh, that sounds good. All right. People are weird, man. I either don't, like Green Leader has talked about he doesn't care about spoilers. So maybe I should ask him. It's like, if you hear a spoiler in a movie that you haven't seen before, do you still watch it? Like, does that kill your interest and all? Like, you don't want to go. There's another Ice Age movie coming out. Man, blame Russia on that, apparently. Russia is really big into Ice Age movies. I do that, I admit it. I'm brave. Alright. Let's jump into this. Marvel Rivals Season 3 new summer skins. We got a Thor and a Luna and a Thing. Thing got laid. This is just stupid. They turned his hammer into the frog, so like frog. That's fine. It's like so much like Overwatch. Booty. She has a special ult. She's on a turtle, a sea turtle. How big is that cast going to be for Ice Age? There are like 1,000 characters now. I keep piling up for the sequels. Isn't that funny that the initial Ice Age was Manny being upset that he was the only mammoth, and now there's like all the mammoths? Like, congratulations, you brought back the mammoths. I mean, they potentially could keep taking on Ice Age movies until it reaches present day. Frogs. It's croaks when he shoots. Oh my god.
You can call.
Manny got busy. Well, yeah. In one of the Ice Ages, Manny finds the one other mammoth that he's ever seen. Voiced by Queen Latifah, I want to say. And then they have a daughter together named Peaches, I guess. And then Peaches, in one of the other movies... Okay, so there's the initial Ice Age. Oh my god, how many are there? There's Ice Age. Then there's Ice Age where Manny finds the Queen Latifah mammoth. And then the third one, Manny and Queen Latifah have a daughter. Then she finds a boyfriend. And I think there's a fourth one where then their daughter is having a child, so then they'll be grandparents. It's nuts. That'll be the soft reboot. Manny is frozen in the ice and revived in 2032. Of course, of course. Claptrap is back. Am I supposed to celebrate that? I don't know, man. I don't see a lot of hype happening for Borderlands 4, to be perfectly honest. We could watch the Red Sonja trailer real quick. It looks like Trash Man. Trash Man. An anime about Turkey, Time to Strike. An anime about bowling now. Jesus. That's funny. We have anime about racing horse girls. Now we have anime about bowling. Oh man. I'm not seeing any other big trailers or anything. Let me loop it back up there. Ice Age, also 7 movies. Jesus Christ. But aren't there like holiday and weird spin-off movies too? Remember the Borderlands movies? What do you mean movies? There was just one Borderland movie, and it was awful. I'm fine with the temperature stuck on calmly apprehensive after 3. And Randy's antic. What movie? Yeah, correct. What movie? Alright. Phazon, if you're still here, I'm watching the Street Fighter 6 Sagat gameplay trailer.
Became one of the Grand Masters of an international terrorist organization, the Emperor Sagat.
That's a cool looking stage. He's using a lot of elbows and knees, like in Muay Thai. Nice. I mean, at this point, though, like, what's the difference between this Street Fighter and earlier Street Fighters? Like, they've got the style down quite a bit. Yeah, beat the shit out of Ryu. And then I show him my anus. I never knew that Sagat was that tall. Is he actually taller than Bison? Looks like it. It'd be a weird English font. He's not struck by lightning or any supplement? Guess not.
I cannot lose. Not to anyone.
Who's that then? Sagat and Crimson Viper. Yeah. Yeah, this is a movie that it's a Red Sonja film that they're releasing in theaters, but it looks so low effort. Like, it looks direct to movie. Well, somebody in the comments wrote, it looks direct to VHS.
To see my people again is all I dreamed of.
But like, at least she's a redhead, I guess. Feels more like a character than other guy from Tekken, right? Apparently the new 2026 Resident Evil movie hasn't even started filming yet and only has one person cast, Austin Abrams. Who's that? You making stuff up?
Someone has to make a stand. Nothing but death awaits us. I will do what damage
This is the type of movie I would rent. You know, I would rent on a Saturday night or something for something to watch.
The two gods can stop me from conquering the world, Pil.
It won't just be the Achaeans who suffer. It will be every tribe, every people who defy him.
Oh man. Shotgun, I watched a clip from the Return to Raccoon City movie, that trash film. Holy crap. Just the little bit of it, like, having Birkin in there and all sorts of, I'm like, holy crap. They really ruined, like, so many storylines. One of the screenwriters worked on John Wick, Ballerina, and Army of the Dead. That's not bad. I miss mindlessly browsing the video store. People have talked about how magical going to Blockbuster was. That it wasn't just that you went there to rent a movie. They're like, the symbolic nature of you got off work, it's the weekend, it's a Friday night, you got off work, you're hungry, you go get a pizza, you stop by Blockbuster, pick up a bunch of movies, and go home, and that's your weekend. Like that, it was the signal to the start of the weekend, of start of relaxing, and that type of thing, and just not just Blockbuster, but like movie rental stores in general. Like that's what it meant. It meant to go there, pick up some movies, and have a good time. And now it's just like, well, now we just scroll through it on video, and you have access to more things digitally than you ever have before, and no one watches it. You should watch the whole movie. It's amazingly bad. So bad, it's interesting. Have you watched all the Mila Jovovich films? If I have to watch that, you have to watch all the Mila films. I miss weird smell of video rental, yeah. I miss accidentally walking through the forbidden curtains. What do you mean, accidentally? Haha, just kidding. Are you kidding because it wasn't accidental? You did it on purpose? Watching you. In backroom rental PlayStations, always playing soccer game. Yeah. Yes, I watched all of those. Alright, fine. Trespasser! No, I did that once when I was like, I don't know, 6.
Do you choose death? Never.
This looks so damn bad.
You can have this and these.
And that protects.
Nothing. The crowd will love it.
Yeah. And that's the moment that kind of lost people, is that like they're making fun of the chainmail bikini that Red Sonja is kind of known for. Again, kind of insulting the your audience there. I guess I can turn off the spoilers box there. There we go. That can go away. I'm not on spoilers anymore. Call the police. They had one of those multiple DVD packs at Walmart. Movies were so bad, it was like all 7 films for $5. Yeah. I have the Blu-ray collection of all of them. Don't watch them all in a row. Every preview has to end with shit joke. Yeah. They're not just shit joke of look at that downvote rating. Not just shit joke, but it's like it's tarnishing the character. The character is no. It'd be like Tomb Raider, you know, Lara Croft showing up and they're like, "What do you raid tombs?" Yeah, that's kind of what she's about. What the fuck? I counted each and every cut, and there was a grand total of 147 cuts in a 115-second video. The longest uncut shot of this video was the final 3 seconds of mini credits. Hardest working person in the trailer is the guy editing it to it. Looks like straight to DVD. I would have picked it up at Blockbuster 15 years ago. Could have been free on YouTube. Yeah, everyone's trashing this. Straight to VHS. Yeah. Your curtain has forbidden goods. Over here, they had forbidden goods out front, but pirate rental PlayStations were in the back. Oh, interesting. Suspense, suspense, suspense. Dumbest joke you ever heard. Falls flat. Theater silent. Yeah. It's still possible to get DVD or Blu-ray movies for cheaper prices. It's called 5-finger discount. Do not steal. Do not commit theft. Black Hat. Oh, fuck, let's go. Bowling anime. It's gonna be great. It's not what I'm talking about. Oh, don't punch people either. Don't assault them. They're a bowling club. Oh no. Oh good, CG pins. I mean, they made swimming and tennis and soccer. They're gonna run out of sports eventually. This is why Black Hat babysits my kids. Inspirational bowling anime. Turkey. That's cute. Oh my god, the ball's gonna explode. You don't understand what a 5-finger discount means. It's a sacred code you don't give voice to. Sure, fine. I'm so inspired right now. Are you gonna go bowling? We got an anime about a vendor girl at a baseball game. Now we're getting an anime about bowling. As a bowler myself, I can't believe we're actually getting a bowling anime. There are worse animes. For sure. For certain. For certain. Alright, what do you got, Claptrap, you piece of shit?
Why is Claptrap back, and is it your fault?
Claptrap is back. He is our lovable pest. It is not my fault.
Claptrap is back because of a legal document that I signed that I could not kill Claptrap. I've tried multiple times. Yes! When I'm staring at Excel grids, drearily trying to find the humor in something, I go and write some Claptrap. For those of you who have had enough Claptrap in your life, there is a discrete Claptrap dialogue volume slider in the settings. Feel free to make use of that.
I love Claptrap. I mean, he's cringe, but I love that. And I wouldn't replace him with anything.
Marketing!
Oh, man. The thing that's goofy about Claptrap is, like, he's known to be awful. Like, that's kind of the joke. Everyone hates him. But then how long do you carry that on where everyone hates him all the time, always? Oh my god, that's the thing. That's the joke. Everyone hates him. I don't know. Next shows would be jokes made about ESPN 8, the Ocho, Frisbee, football. As long as you're paying me $10 an hour, I'll teach the kids well. As tired as I am, I have to admit the tin can is part of Borderlands as much as the yellow font. It really is. He is a part of it, but how tired is it, you know? How tired is him being in it as the awful person? So this is what? Vex Purple Friday character story trailer. So each one is getting their own story trailer?
Oh, yeah. I'll take that.
Screw you! Would you like to add a 2-year warranty for only $19.99? Thanks for shopping at Mass Market Appeal.
Hey, just this.
Sure. Did you see the third one?
It was okay. Deafening 2, Death to Meet You was way better.
What are we watching?
I know, right?
Is this
In
Borderlands?
this one, a guy gets cut in half sideways, and you can see his brain and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
What am I watching?
Oh, no.
It's a sale!
But Mercenary Day's not for months.
It just came early!
I've never worked counter in a sale. I don't know what to do.
Keep pushing the warranties!
What?
The last one's mine.
I need this bitch! Savings!
Hey, changed my mind. I want that warranty. The warranty is only available at the time of purchase. Give me that warranty, or I'll blast you apart. Now! I'll kill you. I can't.
Oh, this is how she becomes a siren? Okay.
Little
I was after her!
No, I wasn't right.
Well, at least they went back to more bloody Borderlands. Hey, Nico. Why couldn't Superman with his X-ray vision see Ultraman's face? Oh my god. He should have known way before that Ultraman is his clone. That's a good point. That's a very good point. That's an absolutely stellar point. Yes, absolutely. I guess hand-waving. There's so much hand-waving that happens in the Superman movie, I can almost assume that it was... Oh, he has a lead-lined mask or something. I don't know. Don't think about it. Is this supposed to make me want to buy a game, or I don't know. I don't know.
That really happened. You just got magic siren
That really happened. So that happened.
powers out of nowhere?
Yeah.
And they said the writing is better in this.
Much?
So you became a vault hunter to get away from this store.
More or less.
And now you are here on this forgotten world, battling terrible creatures and the dread robotic legions of an immortal tyrant.
Still better than retail.
Same hairstyle, yeah. God, it's so tired. There's a lot of downvotes on it. Still better than retail. Oh, absolutely. Had me rolling. Yeah, I don't believe anything anyone says on the internet anymore. They never mentioned lead mask, but they mentioned Kryptonite while Lex was talking to Rick Flag Sr. So by that point you would think they would know a bit more about Superman. Again, it's like they were trying to jump ahead and be like, oh, he's been around for 3 years. Therefore, we know more about him so that we can get caught up. But then, yeah, avoiding that he didn't know. Maybe Superman was being polite and he didn't want to look. And he respected the man's anonymity. Even the men get it. Everyone gets cut to ribbons. Check, please. Retail siren, seriously. They've lost whatever made Borderlands. Like, the first game was amazing. The second game was really good. And then the third game tarnished all of it. And now they feel like it's a copy of a copy. They're trying to play catch up and quirky dialogue and all that jazz. No.
To be the time part of the upper crust.
Why is it wherever I'm clicking, it's her? Why is it wherever I'm clicking, it's her?
Certainly look back on all of our...
Oh god, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Booba. Lord in heaven. And they're asking for more money for this game too, by the way. They're asking for like $80 to $100 or so. Yeah. Huh. But Nico, what did you think of the Superman movie? Did you enjoy it? Because for the most part, I did not like the new Superman movie. I actually genuinely think it's a bad movie, like a bad made movie, with how the story is told and what it means for future installments into the DC universe. That's not a good movie. But even if I'm in the minority, I don't give a crap. All the positive reviews or anything, they can have it. You can have it. I'm done. I'm out. The creative takes over the video. Always a red flag for me. Just makes me wait until I see the self-insert character. Okay. I mean, isn't that the problem we've had with a lot? Kojima, you know, kind of has an issue with that. Dan Aykroyd with Ghostbusters. Like, you have these great creatives. Lucas, you have these great creatives. They need to kind of be throttled back into the realm of realism and how does this actually work instead of everything's just amazing and just me. Oh my god. I don't know. Oh shit, it's after midnight. Hot damn. Well, I still have work tomorrow. So, should probably start winding down here with a Katina video. Can totally wait for sale. Still having juggle between MMO, gacha, and democracy. Seriously, yeah. I still have so many games that I haven't even touched yet that I can go back to. You know, I don't need to really buy a new game unless it really speaks to me, and not a lot really are. Excuse me. All right. She's teaming up with Randy Santel to take on the 30-inch Gridiron Team Pizza Challenge at End Zone Pizza in Augusta, Maine. Teams of 2 have just 45 minutes to finish a 30-inch one-topping pizza in order to earn their meal for free, a groovy t-shirt, $200 cash, and a spot on the Wall of Fame. Hungry diners may also attempt this solo. Really? And are granted a 90-minute time limit. Randy and I were a couple of silly gooses, however, and tried to be the first team to finish with several toppings. We each ordered specialty pizzas. I opted for the Hawaiian. Randy opted for the Philly cheesesteak. Could we make history? A Philly cheesesteak pizza. That sounds really, really good. All right. Let's see what we got. That looks really good.
What is up, Kilo Crew, and welcome to today's video. Today I am with my super studly fiance, Randy Santel. We are in
They're engaged.
And we are at a place called End Zone Pizza and Deli, where we're about to take on their 30-inch Gridiron Team Pizza Challenge. We are going to have just 45 minutes to finish a 30-inch pizza loaded with, well, really, we only had to pick one topping, and as usual, we are morons.
Are those cherries?
Specialty pizzas each, and on my half, I went with
like pineapple and ham,
pizza, but this one has a twist. Along with ham and pineapple, there are also maraschino cherries.
There are cherries.
Which is
weird.
Unique, but apparently, I'll never want a Hawaiian pizza without them again. Randy,
she can take on my 30-inch.
basically like a cheesesteak pizza.
They had a steak bomb photo. on
You're
there,
missing some
too,
decimal
so
places.
It looked fantastic. So I went with a steak and cheese. So we've got, of course, all the ribeye meat, like 1.5 pounds of that. And then we've got
Yeah,
healthy
I've
vegetables,
never seen cherries on a
mushrooms,
Hawaiian
onions,
pizza
and
before.
Green peppers, which were all grilled with the beef. And then, just for fun, I guess if you get it as a pizza, it comes with nacho cheese. So I got some of that to sprinkle on, but the whole pizza has a red marinara homemade sauce as the base.
Sounds delicious, but I'm happy I went with Hawaiian. Anyways, we together have 45 minutes to finish this massive thing in order to win our pizza meal for free, $200 cash, and spots up on the Wall of Fame here at End Zone Pizza.
Can they do it? That looks like thick dough, too.
To join them up on the Wall of Fame here. I guess you can also try and solo this.
They're gonna
thing
slam it.
at a 90-minute time limit. We may be
Come
more
on and slam.
specialty pizzas, but we're not dumb enough to
And
do
welcome
that.
to
So,
the
without
jam.
further delay, I'm gonna pull my hair back. Let's get this challenge started.
1,
damn.
2, 3. Boom. All right. We'll go one without cheese, and then we'll add some. Oh.
Really have to appreciate Randy's enthusiasm here. He already had some huge bites down before I had even pulled apart a couple of
She's
slices
slow.
to get started on my first bite. So what an absolute legend with that gusto for the pizza.
I've just got cheese and dough so far, and I like it.
It was a pleasant surprise how wonderfully, like, I guess.
So they have 45 minutes?
It wasn't like
Let's see how long it takes them to get there.
but it also wasn't a floppy pizza either.
Floppy? No one likes a floppy pizza.
I think I like it.
Adding cherries to a pizza was certainly nothing I had ever heard of before, but it sort of worked. Like, it gave it a spunky sweetness that was definitely unusual.
Spunky, you
but
say?
certainly enjoyable.
It was good. I blame Randy for the cold part.
Hey, fair warning, if you're gonna share a pizza with Randy, at least for a video, you know you're gonna have cold pizza.
I am going to try some of her pizza. We'll see what these maraschino cherries are like on a pizza. Kathy definitely.
I feel like she's trying to find nice things to say and doesn't actually like it. She's just trying to be polite.
It works, right?
Yeah.
I super enjoyed Randy's Philly cheesesteak side of the pizza. It was honestly super delicious. I was just more nervous about it because of all of the weight of the meat and the
Yeah, it's spunky. What does that even mean? No, she hates it.
Jokes aside, it was way cool to see the entire place packed, wall to wall, standing room only of people cheering us on just to eat some
It's only been 7 minutes. Holy shit. It's definitely chewable. I am able to put it in my mouth. After that, I don't know.
If the people keep talking to me like this, I'm not coming back.
Don't laugh and eat, you will choke and die.
I do love me some good banter, but honestly, I could never solo this thing. There's a reason it is undefeated as a solo challenge. This thing was a monster.
Why are you so much
Because I'm not talking.
You may or may not detect a hint of saltiness there, and it's not just the sodium from the cheese. I was still a little upset that the pizza was so darn cold.
Oh no.
She's gonna take a nap.
A colder pizza means it's harder to chew as well.
After yelling
This
at
thing
me
was a
for taking
monster
too long
8
to
minutes
start.
in with half pizza gone. I mean, it's still...
Tired after I get angry.
Also, that's what she said.
Almost as exhausting as chewing through cold pizza. No, I'm totally playing. You guys are gonna think I'm serious or that there's trouble in paradise, but we're fine. Let's just say smack talk is our love language.
As with everything, order a party pizza for a party. Don't do this to yourself. It's delicious, but
And with that bit of infinite
Jesus
wisdom,
Christ.
I
Is this even a video? It's like 8 minutes long, I think.
watching, and I'll of course catch you guys
40 they have 45 minutes, and it looks like they're going to finish before 20.
I can only believe that it wasn't really half and half. It was like 2/3 and 1/3. But still, she did a great job.
Not your best work, sorry. That poor kid in the background forced to watch because his mom wants to. Yes.
We're a team. We don't quit.
You mean right over here?
not all heroes
We're gonna stand here for the entire 14 minutes. At least they didn't take forever. I mean, she's being well behaved. I'll grant her that. Oh, there's another one. The sisters. They're wearing the same
Are we making this
outfit.
look easy? Is anybody signing up to try?
Holy crap. Mom, why are we watching Heart Disease? Look at that kid. That man's a champion. You bite your tongue. You're gonna grow up to be just like them. I wish you were half the person. I wish you were half the person they were. You can't even finish your chicken nuggets. Who are all these people in the back anyways? They were like customers, or they follow them, I guess. Customers, they're amazed by the YouTubes. If they don't finish, I'm getting leftovers to customers.
What'd you get?
I've got 1924.
We'll go with hers. I had 1925. For her, 1924.
It's packed there. Holy shit.
Where was that burp I was looking for?
But mommy, I am half a person.
The love of my life.
Well, you better get eaten.
You know what they say. But thankfully for winning in 19 minutes and 24 seconds, Randy and I are going to be joining the 3 teams up on the Wall of Fame, getting $200 cash, Ruby t-shirts, our pizzas for free, and yeah, just the glory of having everyone here joining us at this frat party in Augusta, Maine.
Cash money.
The cash money is
It's Maine,
fun, but
yeah.
thank you to the
Of course they have
folks
cherries
there
on their
at
pizza.
Pizza
Maine is
and
weird.
Thank you to everyone here cheering us on. Obviously, a big
So you know Maine is
piece of that crust.
weird.
And,
Weird.
I think this is it for USA challenges for a little bit. I'll catch you guys.
God, I hate that brain rot.
Bye.
All right, there you go. There's your Katina. There's your pizza. It's good pizza. Add it to the list of stabs. Seriously. Now I'm stabbing myself whenever I say it, man. I don't want this curse no mo. I don't want to be afflicted with it. Please take it from me. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Who is up and about there? Winding things down here. Let's see who we can raid out to. Raid out to for the night. Dag is streaming. He's doing it just chatting. Who else we got? Who else we got? Jim with a G. Legend of who? Legend of what? Legend of how? Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero. Jim with an F. Thim. Oh, God. Oh, boy. All right. Let's see. Looks like he's doing it just chatting. Hoarders. Black Hat Destroyer. You're not streaming. How can I raid you? I can't. Kennel is streaming Final Fantasy V. Oh man, I think I remember this. I may remember this one. Exactly. I can't raid you if you're not streaming. You gooba. You big goob. Yeah, we haven't raided Kennel in a while. So let's go raid Kennel. Kennel. Deg, Black Hat, you want to go see Deg? All right. I just know I need to get out of this chair and go lay down because I'm starting to get like feeling the creep up the back of my head. I need to get out of the chair. Get out of the chair. Alrighty, we'll get that going for Dig then. Thank you all so much for watching and stopping by. Special shout-outs to you on the Twitch side and the YouTube side. I greatly appreciate you guys stopping by and listening to me rant and rave about Superman. I'm sorry, I didn't like the movie. So, we'll be back again tomorrow with more Cyberpunk 2077. So we got Wednesday, Thursday, Cyberpunk. Friday, more Baldur's Gate. And then Saturday, Sunday, either Marvel Rivals or Darktide, probably. So, got that going. So that's it for me for tonight. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, whatever you got left. A good rest of your week if I don't see you. All that. Have a good night. Good night. See you all next time. Yeah, see you next time. Have a good night. Take it easy out there. Stay cool, because, you know, heat and all that. So. I need to stretch out my neck. It's starting to tweak me pretty good. Well, I'm tight.